some moves that make it go up.
I have a big fuck off gun. Decent fuck off gun.
I believe Duke has one of those as well.
You get a fuck off gun? Oh wait, he's not here yet.
I am here.
Children.
Sim is indeed here.
Oh shit! I said dude.
Oh.
No, Duke, our gun lugger.
Duke.
With a K, not a D-E.
Also, our brainer is here.
Awesome.
What's up?
Oh.
He's gonna do some psychic surgery on your ass.
We'll see.
Boop, boop.
If you get mentally fucked up, then don't worry, Rich has got your back.
Yay.
Or maybe not. He might just dig into your brain and be like, I don't really want to save you, so now you're dead.
We'll see.
How's it going?
The classies. Good.
Howdy. Oops.
Right.
My fault.
Oh.
I suggest if you have to use the restroom, you do it now, because the water sounds are going to be consistent throughout the entire game.
Shit.
But I got a bottle.
Yeah, I just say I'm drinking, but I'm gonna.
Just recycle. There you go.
I have a dick. Yeah, pee into a bottle.
Hope your aim is good.
I've seen it done.
We just make a cone out of paper and.
Yeah, they sell those.
Yeah, let me just buy some paper, BRB.
No, they sell like plastic,
Oh, I know.
like vagina cones.
Oh, vagina cup.
China cones.
Yes, vagina cones. Anyway.
I would expect to see something like that on the Ren and Stimpy when they do those commercials. Like Mr. Log. But instead be a vagina cup.
All right. Is everybody ready to start then?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, let me
Everybody
get a cup.
got their playbooks up so that they can do hex.
Yep.
All right. Sim said that he had to go do something.
Get a cup.
All right. So, before we start, I'm gonna say that this game needs to be at least relatively serious.
Nice.
And,
Alright, I'm back.
It said relatively.
relatively serious. We do have a brainer.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Right.
Now, there can be games where you get the brainer, the hocus, and the savvy head all in one place, and the psychic maelstrom fucking destroys your town.
Wow.
Woo.
All right.
Especially if the brainer is part of the hocus's cult.
Double whamp. Yeah.
And then the brainer is like, I have augury and you have augury, so we're just gonna both open windows to the psychic maelstrom, and they'll just annihilate each other along with our town. It's really fun.
I actually really like the setup of this game. Like it seems like a lot of fun.
All right. So are we ready then?
Sure.
Ready.
All right. I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Apocalypse World Viking Funeral. The world has been destroyed by the rains, and all that is left is the flood. In the flood are what little survivors are left. People with boats, people who got to higher ground, the lucky. Within those few survivors are our 4 players today. Would you like to introduce yourselves along with your playbooks?
Yeah, sure. I'll be playing Farley. He is the driver. Do you want me to do look and everything right now as well?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Farley is a male who wears basic grease monkey type of clothing. He wears a thick leather belt fashioned from some old straps that he found, and it's riveted with old books. He has gloves that he also fashioned from some old cloth and leather skirt bind up with lace. Most would consider lace, but it is hidden behind the outrageous facial hair that he has decided to grow, which is topped off with an old-timey curled mustache. He has cool eyes and looks like he can handle himself. His solid build reflects that sentiment.
All right, and Farley, you have a boat. Tell us about your boat.
Boot. Yes, he has. Okay, so his boat. You just want me to go through and do like frame or
Yeah, sure.
what it looks like. Okay, so basically his boat, big rig. It is a basic like flat boat, and then what sits in the middle of it is like an old diesel semi. So he sits in the cab, and that's how he's able to drive it. It's fairly heavy, but it is made for speed. There is basically on it outside of the cab of the flatbed boat, and it has a handcrafted look to it. And do you want me to go over weaknesses or anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the power, it has speed and it's easily repaired. Looks, handcrafted. Weaknesses, it's a gas guzzler.
Alrighty. Who'd like to go next?
I'll go next. So I'm playing Snow, the battle babe. She's known for her looks, but mostly speaks in bullets and frosty glares. So Snow is a woman, and an obvious one at that. She makes no effort to hide and cover her curves. Tight-fitting leather has always been a part of her wardrobe, and helps accentuate her natural assets. She takes great pride in her armor she wears, and makes cleaning and updating it routine, though it may not cover every area that it should and expose skin. Her armor does serve its purpose to confuse and distract the enemy. She's a very striking face, but most of the time it remains still, save for her eyes. She only smiles if she's paid to or if she's savoring her kill. Her eyes are frosty, similar to the name she has taken on. Though her mouth barely moves, she communicates primarily in glares and eyebrow raises. Though she is armored, it is light enough for anyone to recognize the gorgeous body beneath the clothes. So she does have some customized weapons. She has a rifle that, let's see, what are the attributes on that again? It is both very large and very high powered. And she also carries a hidden chain that is spiked.
Alrighty.
I guess I can go next. I'm playing Rich. Rich is the brainer of the group. He's kind of a young guy, just a young adult, kind of tall, thin, with a real angular frame. He's taller than he appears to be, but he kind of walks around and stands with like a perpetual like slouch, you know, kind of slumped over. He's got a shaved head that appears to be, if you look close enough, covered in kind of like some kind of scarring. His eyes are always kind of hollow and dark, but they're always kind of darting around, taking in what's around him. And you see that he usually has a perpetual like kind of like sneer on his face. Probably something that only he would really find funny.
All right, and you're the brainer. What braining gear did you take?
Rich he's got implant syringe, and he's got something known as a violation glove. So I'll leave that to you guys.
Well, it's your stuff.
Imagine. Well, when it's time, I'll share it with everybody. But yeah.
Alrighty.
Yes. Yeah.
Then the last person is our gun lugger.
All right. I played Duke, and he's must be part of an old gang. He has custom armor that has steel riveted through it, scrap steel and stuff that he's found or taken. He has a custom shotgun with a pistol grip, and he has some wise but stern eyes. So you learn how to give people the look, that you reach the last straw. He's blunt, to the point. Doesn't like to do any type of manipulation or anything to get him ahead. He knows what he wants, and he'll ask for it or take it. He has a scar. He has 2 scars on his face, and one right above the right eye, going down his forehead, and the other one on his left eye, going through the middle of his eyebrow. He doesn't remember where he got them from. He just battered face over to his life in the water world here.
Alrighty. With everyone introduced, we'll go and do Hex. Hex is the stat that kind of says, it not only says what's important to you, it says what's important to you about others. So we'll go, there's 2 different types of Hex. One is personal Hex, and one is public Hex, which you have with other players. So we'll go one way for one and the other way for the other. So we will start with the Battle Babe, Snow. What is your... The public Hex is the one that says go around for Hex on your turn.
Okay. So Hex +1.
So everyone would write on their character sheet Snow's name and Hex +1.
Just anywhere?
Where it says other.
There's a spot on the character sheet that says Hex.
Oh.
Other. It says.
Yeah. Yeah, other.
Under high, yeah, under other.
Okay. X +1.
What the?
Yep. Alrighty.
Okay.
And Wretch, what is yours?
And I'm just picking the individual. Oh. Is that correct? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
What'd you ask?
Am I picking the one person that I have the public Hex with, or how are we doing it?
No, public Hex is the one that says go around again for Hex on your turn, and then it says the one you have 1 bullet there.
Yep. So it still would be Hex +1, right?
With Snow, you have Hex +1.
Okay. So do I have to pick another individual to have Hex with, or I wasn't?
No, you just read the thing on your playbook.
Okay, here. Let's see. So, with the hex I have on my playbook, it says help or interfere, and that session's end.
No, in the actual playbook document,
Let's see.
where all of the information, where you got all
Your
the
brainer,
information.
right? So it says go around again for HX on your turn. Tell everyone HX -1.
Okay.
So everybody writes Wretch's name and puts -1. The driver, what is your hex?
Let's see that.
Okay, on my turn, okay, so I get to choose one or both. Okay, one of them once got you out of some serious shit. Tell that hex +2. Everybody else gets hex +1.
So who's that person?
Duke.
Oh.
I said that. Hey,
All right.
What?
So hex +1.
yeah, because he's the gun dude. You're
Okay.
this.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
So Duke once got you out of some serious shit?
Correct.
So, all right, then Duke, you would write Farley's name and put hex +2. Everybody else, hex +1. And finally, I'm glad all of these are in a row. We'll do the Gunlugger's hex.
Go around again. See, I'm looking at the hex, and it says everyone introduces a character by name, look, and outlook, right? Take your
Yep,
turn.
And then list the other characters' names and go around again for hex on your turn.
Okay, gotcha. So now, the number I assign, is it like, am I capping out somewhere along the line, or is it just like assign 3 and 3 again if I needed to?
For the Gunlugger's hex, you have 3 options.
Oh, I see them. Alright, perfect.
So pick whichever ones you want to put out into the world, and then say who has those things with you.
Okay, so like I'd be, one of them has fought shoulder to shoulder with you, tell
Yep.
that player, and that'd be whatever player I pick, right?
Whichever player you pick would write the hex you tell them.
Okay, and this is how well we know the other person?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with, I guess, Battle Babe, I thought, side by side, makes sense, right?
All right. So,
So +2.
yep. You can choose one or both of the other two if you want.
Okay, well, you know, would be thinking story-wise, maybe the driver, but I don't know how I'd fit the brain in.
I mean, for the
Other ones?
other 2 options, you can pick
gotcha.
one of the other players.
Oh,
That last one is a bit of a hard one, seeing as you just
I'm offended.
Battle Babe.
I'm offended. I'm the prettiest.
Maybe the Gunlugger doesn't think that.
maybe I think I'm myself as the prettiest. So nothing in bleeding is nothing for me.
If you don't,
Nah,
You
do
don't
I?
have to.
you don't have to if you don't want. You could just do the one.
Okay, I'll just do the one, because that might be create too much of a rift between people. There you go.
Alrighty. Now we'll go the other way.
I'll keep my crush to myself.
Alright, Duke. Which of these characters do you think is the smartest other than yourself?
No one.
I'll go with the brainer, you know. I mean, just look
All
at
right.
him and
Then whatever you have for Wretch's Hex, increase it by 1. And that's it for the gunlugger. The driver.
Okay, so. Alright, so I would have to go to Snow. Says you aren't naturally inclined to get too close to where you give him -1, blah blah blah. And find the character with the. Ask the player which of my stats is most interesting. And
Yeah,
highlight it.
we'll do that. We'll do that once Hex is all done. That's highlighting stats.
Oh,
All right, so whatever
that's
number
all.
you have down for all the other people, decrease it by 1.
Yep, I did.
Alrighty.
Yep, I was doing that as we went along.
Oh no, they're not all in a row. The chopper is right in between the brainer and the
He's
driver.
chopped it.
He chopped it. All right, brainer. One of them has slept in your presence, knowingly or unknowingly. Who was it?
I will say that would be Farley.
All right. So ignore whatever Farley told you and change it to +3.
Okay. Okay. All right.
One of them you've been watching carefully for some time, in secret. Who is that?
I would say that would be Snow.
All right, ignore whatever she said and write a +3.
Okay. Okay.
One of them, and I wonder who this last one will be. One of them quite evidently dislikes and distrusts you.
That would be Duke.
All right, ignore whatever Duke said and put it a +3 instead.
Okay.
I really wonder who will be getting everyone's stats, huh?
Okay. All right.
Brainers are always like that. All right, Battle Babe. Choose the character you trust the least.
That I actually already chose that at the beginning. That's Wretch.
Alrighty, ignore whatever he said, change it to a +3. And that's it. Alrighty. So, I wonder, who has the highest hex with Duke? Does anyone have higher than a +3? Or it matches a +3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is that our brainer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
You said Duke, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's going to happen is you're going to select one of Duke's stats to highlight. When you highlight a stat, that means that you want to see that person do more of those moves. Because highlighting a stat means that if they roll that stat, they get experience.
Okay.
Oh.
That's cool.
And you'll have 2 highlighted stats before you start, because a player will highlight one, and then I will highlight one.
Okay. So we'll go. We'll say hard.
All right, Duke, highlight your hard. I'm guessing, Rich, you also have the highest hex with Farley.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
All right.
You guys agree or no? I don't want to make an assumption.
Yeah.
I mean, if
3?
anybody else has a +3.
I don't think I have a plus in anything, to be honest with you.
As a driver, that's normal.
He's
Right.
attached.
Okay.
So we'll say sharp.
All right, Farley, highlight your sharp.
Sure did.
Snow, you have a +3 with Wretch, right?
I do.
All right, what should Wretch highlight?
Wretch should highlight. I'm gonna say weird.
All right.
Okay.
And Wretch, what should Snow highlight?
Cool.
All right. Okay, let's see. Snow, I want you to highlight weird.
Oh, of course.
Wretch, I want you to highlight hard.
Okay.
Let me see. Duke, what did you highlight? It's not on anything.
No, what was I supposed to? I didn't hear it now.
Hard?
Hard, I think. Was that right?
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, it's highlighted.
Duke, I want to see you be sharp.
E sharp.
Be sharp.
And Farley, I want to see you be hot.
Hey.
So hot.
So hot.
Alrighty. So now that we've highlighted stats and done hex, now we can start.
Woo.
Let's see. So. Farley, you recognize this place as Tim's Hold. It's quite mobile, but very large. You've been called here for, not for yourself, but Tim actually wants to talk with Snow. You did show up here to pick up something, though, from someone. Who is your usual supplier at Tim's Hold?
And now I gotta think of somebody. Let's say
There are suggested names over in the journal, if you want to look at those.
Her name is anyone.
there's a journal names. Okay, my normal contact guy is Drip.
All right. So while you meet up with Drip, Snow,
Mm-hmm.
who did you bring with you? Because you're not much of a talker.
Oh no, I am not. Probably not Wretch. So. Okay, so Farley went off. So let's grab Duke, maybe.
All right, which means that Wretch, you are still with Farley. You're still in the boat with Farley.
Good.
We'll start with Snow and Duke in Tim's office. Tim is a rather short man with a Napoleon complex. And just give me 1 second.
Where did Napoleon keep his armies? Up his sleeveys.
And he's
-1 hex.
he's actually standing on his desk.
Oh wow.
And he looks as you enter and he goes, I don't remember asking you to bring anyone else.
Snow will kind of raise an eyebrow at the very short man. He speaks for me.
Well, both got guns. I guess that's both good enough. If Farley ain't gonna work for me, I'm gonna get somebody. And I'm thinking it'll be you two. Or at least one of you.
Well, there is a price.
Of course there's a price. Everybody's got a price.
Yeah, but not everybody.
Farley's
can-
price is just a bit too high for me. So, what is it you want then?
Well, what do you have to offer? We can start from there.
I've got plenty to offer. I've got weaponry, I've got a place. That's more than most people can say. If you really want more, I've also got medical supplies and I've got food, which is way more than other people can say.
What do you think, Snow?
I actually don't know if he has medical supplies. Let me check.
In the meantime, Snow will kind of look over to, and look back to Tim.
Yeah, he does. Okay.
What's the job?
Well, the job is, there's this one asshole out in the oil rig. Just, it's out to the east of us currently. And he keeps sending his fucking boats over here and trying to eradicate my men. And I want you to go and I want you to put a bullet through his fucking face.
Bullet to the face job. Bullets to the face sound easy enough. How many people does he usually come to raid you with?
Small boats. Usually they don't stop. Usually they're just getting anybody who's out on the deck.
How many?
We don't know. They come at night.
Snow will sigh.
Of course, day and night with all the clouds is very difficult to differentiate.
Food sounds good.
It does. Then we get to keep
I can pay you half in advance if you can promise you're gonna put a bullet through his fucking face.
Oh, we can promise that. And we'll take the half. And plus we get to keep whatever we find.
True enough. And he snaps his fingers and some guards walk off to go get you what you have asked. Down in the docking bay, Farley, you've met up with Drip. Drip has a few boxes, and he's not really talking very much. He's just kind of putting stuff onto your boat. Rich, you're also there if you would like to interact. Although I don't know how much you want to interact as the weird brainer you are.
Oh, that's fine. Wretch will kind of just be leaning over the, I guess he's in the rear of the boat. And I guess that's like, if I'm not mistaken, kind of where some of the cargo may go. And he's kind of swirling his hand in the murky water over the side. And he kind of occasionally will look up to see what's going on with Farley. Because this is all incredibly exciting, of course, to just be waiting here for the other two to show up.
For your guns.
The guns have left.
Mm-hmm. So he'll look up as you said Drip is bringing stuff onto the boat.
Yeah, and
Okay.
very silently, like setting stuff around.
Okay. Farley,
Is it all here?
what's that guy doing?
Loading in the boat.
What's he loading?
Load.
Most of it.
Why is he doing that?
Because I'm a driver. I transport things.
You didn't say we were going anywhere anytime soon. Where are we going?
Heading off to the east.
As you look off in that direction, you see that there's a thunderstorm brewing. The darker clouds
Farley, that doesn't look good. Like that.
Well, I don't like most of the weather nowadays. Guess what?
What?
It's always there. Can't change it. Can you change it? I can't change it.
Kind of give a deep sigh, and he kind of feels like this conversation is going the typical direction that it goes with Farley, and he kind of looks back into the water and swirls it.
All right. You just let Trip keep doing his thing. Don't ask any more questions.
Farley's good with it, so I'm good with it.
Farley, you don't ask any more
I guess-
questions.
I just asked if it was all there.
And Drip looks up and his eyes are kind of, they aren't like as bright as the mercs usually are. As the mercs who work here usually are, and he goes, most of it.
Can I roll a sharp on him? So I'm trying to.
Are you trying to read him?
Yeah.
Go ahead, read a person. Alrighty. So go ahead and hold 3, and look at the basic moves handout, which is in the journal. Basic move handout, and you can hold 3 from that list, and you can either ask them all at once, or you can continue with the conversation and ask them slowly as you need them.
Oh gosh, I gotta zoom in on it. Okay, so read a person.
If you click it, it'll. If you click the picture, it'll. Yeah.
Okay. So I just ask these
Yeah,
questions
you
as
just
written
ask
here?
in one of the just
Okay.
as written there, and
Okay.
I'll tell you it as it's pretty much like just asking the psychic maelstrom.
hmm So what does your character intend to do?
He intends to do his job and load these things onto your boat. Maybe not all of them, but things indeed.
Okay. What's your character really feeling?
Currently, he's feeling minorly violated.
Okay, and how can I get your character to tell me what's going on the boat and the destination?
You can ask.
Okay. What is all this anyway?
Meds, food, stuff they asked for.
Stuff that who asked for?
People out in the oil rig, who else? What do
I
you
didn't
think
know
we're
that Tim
sending? Think we're sending fucking supplies over to the goddamn fucking Compass Rose?
I didn't know Tim had dealings with the oil rig.
As far as I know, he doesn't. And he looks to you and he kicks one of the crates to you and he goes, and he never did.
I look inside the crate that he just kicked at me.
It's mild medical supplies, stuff that you find in a first aid kit, bandages, gauze, stuff like that.
Okay, I'm gonna
go ahead.
carry this over to the cab of the big rig.
Alrighty.
Rich kind of looks up and he frowns, and he's like, "Does that guy have a fucking attitude? What's in his craw?" And he'll try to I don't know. Rich has kind of a feeling like either the guy's being evasive or being he doesn't appreciate that Farley's asked. He thinks Farley may be asking too many questions or something. So I'm going to see, would it make sense for me to actually for Rich to open his brain to try to get some insight into the situation at this point? Would that make sense? What do you think? Or is that too extreme?
I don't know. Let me see if you might have a brainer move.
You just want further clarity, don't you?
Well, I want to know, if maybe I can get some insight, Maybe, let's see. Said maybe a brainer move.
Yeah, maybe one of your brainer moves.
I don't want to go aggro on them. And I got to have time or intimacy with them to plan a... Nah, I don't have anything really that works with that.
I mean, you
can open your brain. Yeah, you could go make out with him.
I don't want to make out with him because he ain't my type. He's
an asshole.
He's got a wiener.
Yeah, see, I ain't that easy.
He's an asshole. But in the apocalypse, who isn't? Anyway, yeah, go ahead. Roll weird.
Is that okay? All right, okay. Let's see.
Get weird with it.
Right. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So, let's see what we got here.
Is Rich wasting his time? He kind of looks at the guy, kind of cocks his head to the side, then kind of stands up, takes a step towards him.
I think you get that sort of rattly feeling where it's like something on that surface layer is interfering with this guy. You could probably get to him if you dug a bit deeper, but as you are right now, it's probably not going to work.
Okay.
You still get that weird rattly feeling, like something's up with this guy. Something's not right.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's good enough for me. Okay. Rich kind of frowns, and hesitates and thinks about saying something to Farley, but Farley's just gonna tell him to shut up. So he shakes his head and kind of thinks better for right now.
All right. Your guns arrive back to the boat as Drip is just about finished. Would either of you like to say anything to either Farley, Wretch, or Drip about the food or anything, really?
Snow will hop onto the boat and kind of sit down and mostly just kind of look towards Duke and just stare at him until he speaks, because she ain't saying shit.
Well, you got us a job and some food and more food when the job's complete.
Who said I needed any food?
If you don't
Why
want
are you
it,
setting up jobs?
if you don't want the food, don't eat the food. I just figured it'd be something fun to go around putting bolts in people's faces and finding some loot.
Is that all you care about?
What else is there to care about around here?
If you say so.
I mean, it's not like they're the pleasant individuals that I would like to associate with, but we'll be killing the bad guys that come around shooting innocent people. So why not take their stuff and kill them while we're at it?
Snow will look towards Farley. Stop complaining.
Oh, I'm not complaining, sweetheart.
Do you want to end up dead?
I didn't touch
Don't call
you.
me sweetheart.
Alright, take it easy there.
She'll kind of pull out her gun a little bit. Kind of glare at Farley.
Deuce is gonna sit back with a little smirk on his face, like, oh, this is entertainment.
Besides, Wretch was the one looking at your ass.
I know.
Farley, in this world, good and bad depend what side you're on.
Rich kind of hesitantly speaks up and he says, well, what kind of food are we going to get?
Smooth.
Edible.
We're gonna get filet mignon with some bacon wrapped around it and maybe some ribs. What do you think we're gonna get? We're gonna get some cat food and some dog food, most likely.
I don't like that shit.
Chances are, fish.
Catch a fish.
More fish.
We need more tuna, right? And if he doesn't give us some good stuff, then he becomes one of our people on the list.
So we kill him.
Exactly. And then we take the good stuff.
All right. Drip kind of puts his foot on one of the crates that's near the edge of the boat, and he uses it as a step to get back into the aircraft carrier. And he turns and he goes, "That's everything."
Hey, Drip.
Even though there's obviously like 3 crates still behind him.
Yeah, we wouldn't know who he is. That's only. Who's that?
Who's that?
Baggage handler.
Baggage handler. Well, baggage handler, feel free to repeat everything you just heard here, because you have 2 ears, and I'm sure they both function. Unless you don't want them to.
As far as you know, I was never here.
I haven't heard that one before.
All too often, right?
Mm-hmm. Seems to be the currency these days. I wish people were more straightforward. Guess I'm just a little too old school, huh?
Rachel walk over to Drip, and he'll say, "Thanks for doing a great job. When I grow up, I want to be just like you." He reaches his hand out to shake him.
Some sarcasm there.
Yeah, that's why I'm.
He'll
not
grin.
sure.
He'll grin. He'll show his dirty teeth at him.
What were you waiting for? Shake his hand.
Drip kind of he leans down and he takes your hand.
Okay. All right.
I'd wash that thing if I were you.
Did you have a brainer thing that was behind that? Or?
Yeah. A brainer move, in-brain puppet strings, but I don't know how long I have to have time and physical, touch or intimacy with somebody.
Time and physical intimacy. Time is like over 5 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so it's not like just grab them. Okay.
That's a long handshake.
Yeah, it is, right? Yeah. Well, you know what?
Keep shaking.
Rachel, hang on until he shakes loose.
This is the sweet embrace.
Well, it's definitely not going to be 5 minutes.
No.
That's a long ass handshake.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So, but
You'd probably get to the point where Farley would be like, "Stop."
That's it. Okay. And he grins and lets go, and kind of nods to him and steps back, further back of the boat.
There's this loud kind of metal against metal clattering. As he pulls the gate back down. All right, Farley. You're our driver here.
All right,
Drive us.
everybody. Best batten down and button up. We got to move. With that storm coming in, I'd like to get over there as quickly as possible.
I imagine it's only going to be a little bit of chop, right?
I don't know. This thing doesn't handle chop so well.
How has it handled chop before?
How did it handle chop before?
Yeah, what's been the issue beforehand?
It's a flat bottom, so it doesn't
Alrighty.
through.
So it hits instead of cuts.
Yeah. I'll put that under the looks too.
Alrighty.
Just in parentheses. It's parenthetical. All right. fires up the big rig, and it sounds like a old diesel engine.
Alrighty. Kind of waterlogged, but still runs.
Hey man, this thing is tip top. Alright, let's get it rolling. Now, just so everybody knows, did you see that picture that I posted of what this thing actually looks like?
Oh yeah.
So you can see there's not really much
I'll drag it over.
for everybody else to be hanging out.
I'll cuddle it on the back.
Well, I'm sitting in the cab for obvious reasons. So whoever else is sitting in the cab,
There's another seat.
Taking that shit.
I
Called
mean,
it.
Who calls
guess.
shotgun?
I call shotgun.
Sit in
I
the
guess-
front.
I'll put my
I
shotgun
guess
in their face.
it could be one of the ones with like the small bed in the back. You guys can sit back there.
I mean, how long of a trip are we looking at?
Well, it doesn't matter, man. If you got a storm coming by, you don't want to be sitting out there.
Yeah, I mean, is there room for everybody to squeeze in there though? That's the thing, you know. That's
Like I said, if we say that it's the extended cab one with like the bed in the
Well,
back.
it's your boat.
yeah. What do you
Yeah, it's your
think?
fault.
Yeah,
The one
I'm gonna say we'll do. That's a good emergency refuge type of thing. So
Alrighty. So it's got like room for a bed inside and stuff.
yeah, they can sit back there.
Alrighty.
All right.
So all of you are able to, quite uncomfortably, fit into the bed.
Yeah, especially with your guns.
Yeah, especially Duke with his fucking everything.
Never leave home without it.
Splayed across our laps.
At least he didn't take the fucking grenade launcher, and then you're like, don't fire that in here.
No YouTubes.
So, but all right, you said that the oil rig was east, correct?
Yes, indeed.
All right. So we roll out, heading
All
east.
right.
Wretch is humming to himself. I guess as we move along, and he reaches into his, I guess his somewhere in his vest, and he pulls out like I guess kind of like looks almost like rawhide or something, you know. And there's a string around it, and he kind of unravels it and unfolds it, and then starts kind of wriggling on this shiny glove that looks like it's made out of it's not like it's like a cross between like leather and plastic. And you see it's got these weird what do you call them? Are they called diodes or whatever? You know, like when they're doing an EKG of somebody or something. You know, the little
Electrodes?
electrodes, yeah, like electrodes. You know, kind of positioned on them. You know, that almost kind of like look like almost mimic veins and stuff. You know, and he kind of puts his hand in it and kind of like admires it. You know, kind of looking at it, and he's just kind of still humming to himself. He does that.
All right, well, Wretch, you've got a ride here in quite a cramped area.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you sitting next to?
Snow, of course.
Oh, I'm in the middle, aren't I?
You're in the back with him.
Oh yeah, like in the bed. 'Cause
Yep.
we're all sitting on the bed, so
Yeah.
like
Alrighty.
Duke and Wretch.
So, Wretch, I think you've got a brainer move that you can make if you like.
Oh. Oh.
Let's see. Well, if I'm wearing the glove, all I need is skin contact for time and intimacy.
Alrighty.
Oh my.
So he still kind of hums to himself, and then he does the little he walks his fingers up Snow's arm to her shoulder, and
A little hand.
and he does a in-brain puppet string move.
Oh my.
Alrighty, roll was weird.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
You guys need us to close the curtain back there?
Alrighty. Actually, there's a punishment for missing this move.
Oh.
She takes
It's
her
not-
hand.
Wretch doesn't have to worry about it, though. Snow, as you feel Wretch awkwardly touch you from behind, your vision blurs suddenly, and as you sort of stabilize, you feel that one of your ears is bleeding.
wow.
You take 1 harm. It's armor penetrating, so it's just so just roll 2d6.
Okay.
You want to miss this move. No, it's 2d6 plus 1, sorry. Alright.
I'm guessing it did not miss.
No. A miss is 6 or lower.
What did you do?
So,
Brain falls out.
as this happens, you reach up and you touch your ear and you look down and see your own blood, and normally it wouldn't bother you, but for some reason you faint.
Oh. Well.
And everybody and Duke and Farley up front, you just hear this thump as all the weight as Snow just drops all of her weight down into the bed.
All 120 pounds.
What's going on?
I think your friends are getting freaky back there.
Wretch kind of looks up in surprise because he didn't expect that to happen. And he kind of goes, I just wanted her to smile. That's all. I just wanted her to smile. She never smiled.
What'd you do?
And he kind of bends over Snow and waves his hand in front of her face, and he's like, Go, Snow, wake up. Because he's getting nervous now.
No, she's out.
Haven't you ever heard the saying, keep your hands to yourself? I think you don't make an exception for that rule.
He looks up and he goes, she's okay, I swear. She's all right. She's fine. Aren't you, Snow? Snow?
Is that blood coming out of her ear?
I don't think she's all right.
Reg kind of backs up, kind of squirrels onto the far edge of the bed, and it's kind of going into one of his I'm freaking out,
You're having a panic attack?
Well, yeah, he's kind of oh shit, did something wrong, doing wrong stuff equals punishment, don't like punishment, and he's kind of just, he's kind of starting to kind of regress into his own kind of space, kind of doing almost like an armadillo type of thing,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Duke's gonna kind of look at him. Sit on your hands real quick. I'm gonna come back there and see if I get aroused, but you don't touch me.
Yeah, he squirrels back over as far as he can up against the wall.
I'm gonna kind of try to squirrel back there and prop her up and give her a little smack, because I don't think I have anything else to wake somebody up.
I don't know if smacking her is such a good.
That was not a hard smack. More like those. Yeah, more of a couple little small ones.
Nah, she's out. Whatever Wretch did, it fucked her up.
Oh man.
Hey,
Or harder.
hey, do us all a favor, and don't touch anybody else, especially not me.
Okay, Rich kind of shakes his head and kind of looking at Snow damn.
Whatever kind of you're into, I don't like it. And I don't want you. I don't know. If it's something in your hands, I don't like it.
If you touched her again, would you bring her up to being a brack?
Farley, ahead of you, he's the oil rig come into view.
All right, well, get her up. Do what you gotta do, cause coming up on destination here.
Rich will go over to her, and he'll start talking to her and kind of, firmly shaking her by the shoulders. And if that doesn't seem to work, he'll, that's probably not a good idea. He'll, maybe he should go outside and get like a rag and like wet it or something. Try to wake her. Cool rag.
Oh, you want to go outside?
How bad's the weather? Logically, how bad? Is it storming really bad now, or what? I guess
It's storming real bad.
It
The
is?
windshield wipers are on.
Yeah, well, no.
Yeah,
he couldn't-
windshield
he would-
wipers are on. They're on like
he would go right over.
they're on the thing where they're moving so fast. So when you're driving, you're like, I don't know if this setting is even like if I should even use this setting. You're afraid the windshield wipers are just gonna snap off and fly down the road.
Farley, is there any water around here or anything?
Look around you, you meathead.
So he looks for some kind of jug or something.
All around us. Don't drink the yellow one.
Oh.
If we could bring her up front,
I doubt that is a problem.
if we bring her up front, we could probably prop her out the window a little bit.
Is that really gonna help?
It's water.
Are you okay? I mean, I don't know. Can you stick your hand out the window? I grabbed that crate of provisions too and put it in the cab.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I can,
look in that crate there.
I'm not sure if the basic first aid kit medical supplies are gonna help with Snow's aneurysm though.
There could be salts in there.
Oh man.
Oh,
Aneurysm,
wow. Okay.
huh?
Smelling salts? Okay. All right.
I don't know. There might.
Okay. I'll check in there. That's the least he can do.
Let's have you act under fire. The fire being that there's nothing that can help you in there.
So am I cool? Okay.
Yep.
Damn.
There's nothing that can help you in there.
I know this is really familiar. The last game I played, those were really sucky. Okay.
Rip.
All right. So there's nothing there.
There's bandages and there's gauze and there's tape and there's clips and there's a whole bunch of other shit in there, but nothing helpful.
Maybe you could put a bandage on her ear.
Well, I can do that to try to stop the bleeding if it's still.
That's not how ears work.
Rich doesn't know that.
Rich has ears.
For God's sakes, Jim, I'm a driver, not a doctor.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Well, he'll just try to hang on to her so she doesn't rock around too much, and he'll still be like whispering to her.
You're not just gonna try to put her outside in the rain?
So she can fall over into the water and drown.
You could just lean her head out the window. I mean, there's
Roll down the window.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Crank that needle.
Whatever people want to do. If we're just gonna leave her, gonna put her outside, what's up?
All right, I'm cutting the engine now. You guys figure out what you're gonna do. We're gonna just drift.
Hey. All right.
So we can see if we can put her next to the window and see if the rainwater can come in and splash on her face.
Or one of you can walk outside and look at one of those crates back there. He loaded how many crates?
Probably about 10.
There you go.
You want me to open those in the rain? Okay. Yeah.
There's two things.
Ain't our
There's two
shit.
things wrong. there's two things wrong with this going on right now. Whatever's in the crates is going to get wet and ruined,
Right.
and one of us is going to fall overboard because it's a storm we're in.
Okay.
Well, you don't know that where you're gonna fall overboard.
Well, if you were so sure about it,
That sounds like a you problem.
if you're so sure,
it's impossible.
if you were sure that nobody was going to fall overboard, then you would have volunteered yourself to go out there and do it instead of asking for somebody else to do it.
I can't leave the cab, obviously, if I'm driving.
Well, your engines are cut. Listen to drive.
I gotta keep these.
Oh, yeah.
Fine. I'll do it. So he gulps.
It should be him anyway. He's the one
And,
who knocked her out.
And Wretch will gingerly go out, open the door, and
You got any rope in here that we could tie around him? Because if he goes overboard, we could pull him right back on.
I mean, are there like hurricane winds or what's? How bad is it?
It's a thunderstorm.
Okay, all right, okay. So as long as it doesn't
Got a
get
life
too-
preserver in the semi.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man. A life preserver.
In the aftermath.
You got one back on the back wall as like decoration.
No, that's just extra weight that I don't want to carry.
Alrighty.
So
So
we'll
Rich,
try
you
to
got
make-
nothing. So you're just gonna go out.
Yeah, he'll try to make his way around to the back and
All right. So as you open the door and the rain hits you, roll weird. Alrighty. So suddenly, Rich, as you step out and the rain hits you. Hold on. Let me change the music. You're in a long hallway.
Hallway.
Ahead of you, one of the doors is it's slightly cracked open, and you can hear yelling inside.
okay. I'll kind of tiptoe up to the door. Do I recognize the voices yelling?
You do not. Well, you recognize one of them. One of them is definitely Duke.
Ah, okay. Duke does that. Okay. All right. What's Duke yelling about?
Inside you hear Duke yelling about how maybe you shouldn't shoot fucking dairy, huh? How about that?
Does this sound like a conversation that I've had that I've heard before?
No, it does not.
All right. Wretch will go up to the door and he'll slowly push it open so he can see what's going on.
It's instantaneous. You see, Farley asked how long does it take, and it's pretty much Wretch steps out into the rain, stands there for maybe a second, and then he is back. But for Wretch, all of this happens.
Oh, okay.
And
That was just one.
you open the door and you see Duke is in there along with is it 3 others, Duke? 3 others and a corpse?
Where I'm at. Like when that happened.
Yeah, where all that happened. Is it 3 others there? 3 others and a corpse?
Yeah, I guess there could be, because it'd be Johnny and
Be Johnny, Paul, the other guy who I forget his name, Dallas, and
Yep.
Derry's corpse. Alrighty. The Johnny and Dallas, the two figures you can't quite make out because they buzz in and out of existence, are also shouting, but you can't understand what they're saying.
Are they shouting? Who are they shouting at? Are they shouting at each other or Duke?
They're shouting at a man
Mm-hmm.
with a pistol out in front of him. He's obviously just shooting. He's obviously just shot this man.
Mm-hmm.
And down the left side of his face is this like molten metal that's melded to his face.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also wearing like a white robe, which you can recognize despite its tattered, blood-soaked nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's a robe that an unclean would wear.
Oh wow. Upon seeing that scene, especially once I recognized the robe that figure has on, Rich will kind of freeze in his tracks and kind of maybe take a step or two back.
As you take a step back, one of the doors behind you flings itself open, and unimaginable heat ripples your back. As you hear screaming from behind you, like erratical, painful screaming.
Rachel will jump and scream as well and whip around to see what this is behind him.
As you whip around, you see Tim is standing in what appears to be he's standing on top of what appears to be like part of a crane.
Mm-hmm.
And looking down at the man in the tattered white robe as a blurry figure dumps the molten metal onto this figure's face.
Oh.
Just continually. It never ends.
Do I recognize Tim, or do I just know? You
recognize
see a guy.
You recognize Tim because Tim has a claim. Everybody knows about Tim.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Tim helped through this unclean guy. Wow. Okay. Okay. This is very confusing. Okay. Does Tim appear to have any remorse about doing this, or is he?
No, he does not. And as you ask that question, you're back. You pause for a second, and you're still standing on the boat. You're standing where you were originally, but you were gone for a minute, or you were gone for a little bit.
So I'm soaking wet. Obviously, I've been outside.
Well, you haven't been outside for that long.
Oh,
okay. You are soaking wet because it's a thunderstorm.
Torrential downpour.
Okay. All right. I'll kind of shake my head and kind of, once I realize where I am again, I'll kind of actually look behind me as if I expect to see the scene with Tim again. And as I don't see it, Reg kind of relaxes, and then he remembers, oh yeah.
He's going to roll down the window a little bit. Farley rolls down the window a little bit. Hey, you just going to stand there? And rolls it back up.
Oh yeah, okay. And he'll hanging onto the side of the boat to whatever handholds he can possibly find. He'll try to make his way over to the other crates.
Alrighty. So you're able to make it back to the other crates.
Okay. All right. They'll look initially to see if there's any kind of markings or anything on them, or if they're just pretty much blank. They'll just pick one at random.
They're all just crates.
He'll try to open one at random.
All right, you crack one open, and lucky for you, there are medical supplies inside.
Okay, right.
And there are medical supplies that can actually help.
Okay, all right, okay. So he'll gingerly pick up what he thinks will help, and close the lid of the crate back down. Hit it with a couple of taps, as if that's gonna, keep the lid closed.
That's gonna put the lid back.
And make his way back to the interior.
Alrighty. Farley, how are you feeling about letting this soaking wet
Yeah, I was gonna
weirdo back into your fucking?
I got it.
Yeah, hey man. I don't like. Can you do me a favor? I don't want to see you naked or anything, but throw all those clothes off on the deck there.
Huh?
I don't want you soaking up my cab, dude.
Can I come in and bring this for Snow first?
You can hand it in through the window.
I'll take it.
There you go. Duke
Okay,
will
so-
take it.
Okay, so he hands the stuff, the packages to Duke.
Alrighty. It's just smelling salts and other stuff like that.
And he kind of looks at Farley again, kind of gives him a puppy dog look, you know, like, really?
Don't give me that eye, dude. It's not gonna work here.
He kind of looks around, kind of shrugs. Okay, I mean, all right, and starts stripping to his skivvies. If he has any, probably doesn't have any. I don't think so.
I'm probably not.
That's a luxury.
Yeah, I doubt you really need those.
Yeah. So,
I thought you said we had a robe on or something.
he doesn't even kind of respond. He's kind of like pissed now. He's like, and he's kind of, or humiliated, you know? So he kind of just like wrings everything out the best he can and then tries to hurry up inside before everything gets soaking wet. So he basically got this damp or wet clothes, you know, a ball of wet gear, you know.
And a
that
naked
he
skinny
brings in.
boy.
And a naked skinny boy, yeah. And you see as he walks in, you see the up to now the hidden scarring that is all over, you know, his body because he's obviously been tortured.
All right, Duke's gonna immediately try to wake up Snow with the smelling salts and
Yeah,
stuff.
Snow's back up.
He's still with us.
She'll kind of slowly open her eyes, her face a lot, you know, softer than it usually is. And she's kind of dazed when she wakes up. And she'll kind of look around, and then her face kind of hardens again and just kind of glares at everyone and grabs at her gun.
Don't be thinking I'm an angel that saved your life here, because I'm no angel.
Yeah, you're the gun lugger.
I'm sure that was the first find.
What happened?
No,
Well.
we're just getting here.
We're here.
You must have dozed off.
You ignore the blood on your ear and stuff.
Yeah, maybe you bumped your head when we were crashing through the waves.
She'll look over at Wretch, who's super naked.
Get out of
Narrow her eyes.
He averts his gaze.
What happened?
He doesn't even look at you in the face and kind of shrug.
Duke will wipe the blood off your ear and stuff. Get you all
Farley,
somewhat patched up.
Farley, as you are waiting for all of this to wrap up so you can start the engine again, a bright light shines from the oil rig onto your boat.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was gonna happen sooner or later.
Alright. I didn't seen the bright light come on the boat. I'm gonna try to go
Like,
through
you know,
everybody,
Cap.
get outside the door, and get to the gun area up front.
Yeah, I fire the engine back up, and alright, we're gonna move up to the front, you said? Duke is?
I'm going up to the front to hold on to the gun area because I imagine that's a manual turret up front, right?
I don't think it's actually armed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think there's just a base metal plate there, which you could probably stand on and fire from, but you'd also be in the way.
Yeah, for now that's basically just like a shield.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, if there's something I can lean against, aim at the spotlight.
Yeah, you could use that shield.
All right. Perfect.
Right?
That is
So
something
you
to
could
rest
just-
the gun on.
Yeah, he could just sit up behind that. But I mean, if you're outside and it's storming, there's gonna be condensation if you have a scope.
That's all right.
Just
I'm just aiming for the light. Nothing particular.
All right. So you're just gonna train on it?
Where I would think like a quick scope type deal where I bring up to the light, blind myself, and shoot.
Okay, well you're gonna hear back up then as you're out there. The engine. I started the engine back up.
All right.
Approach.
Yep.
Snow will get out of the cabin, and if there's any blood remaining on here, kind of wipe it off, and
Whoa.
maybe like if she can see Wretch's clothes, like lean down and wipe it on his clothes.
Wow.
Just a shade.
All right. So, Duke, you're trying to take out this spotlight.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's have you seized by force. There we go. All right, choose 3.
What's that?
Choose 3 from the seize by force move.
Alright. Then bring it up.
It's in the journal.
Oh, is that on that one too?
I warned you. I warned you before we started.
I thought it was just basic. I didn't think it was
It is a basic move.
Alright, gotcha. There it is.
The 3rd one.
I'm gonna suffer a little harm. I'm gonna inflict terrible harm. And I'm going to frighten my enemy.
All right. So as you scope up, it makes sense that you take a little harm because they're not even firing at you. I don't think you know the people from the oil rig. They're relatively new. But, and you don't have to whisper those things to me.
Well, I didn't want to.
You can just say them out loud.
Yeah, but I didn't want to interrupt.
That's what
I
the
thought
podcast world is all about.
I thought that at least some kind of relation with them.
Not from the oil rig. There's a petroleum refinery, which is different, but not here in the oil.
Oh, the oil rig and the petrol. So that's what I was talking about. That's what I was in my little thing then, right?
Yes.
Was the oil rig or the refinery?
The refinery, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you, Duke, as you're looking through your scope and you take that shot, you see the light go dead, as well as on the back wall you can see a very visible, very large red splatter.
All right.
Through your scope, you can see other people in these. You can see other people just kind of scattering at this point.
Better get moving, because I'm sure they seen where our last point of reference was.
You're shouting at? I'm in the cab,
I'm gonna shout it.
Okay. And I just hammer her down.
Is there anything to hang on to? While it's on the boat?
As I hammer on the gas, this thing has some pickup, and Duke may or may not fall back, slide across the deck a little bit.
Is there anything to hold on to? Where Snow? Where are you? And
I stepped outside of the cabin, so
I'm guessing probably door handles and other stuff like that.
yeah.
All right, then if this thing's got some kick to it, I'm gonna have Snow and Duke roll to do something under fire.
Roll that coup.
So that's.
It's plus cool.
Oh, perfect.
What is it, plus cool?
Do something under fire.
Gotcha.
One killed you.
Alrighty. I'm gonna give you I'm going to give you both the same option, and it's either lose a weapon or take 1 harm.
Oh.
You know, my weapons are important.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 1 harm as well.
Alright, it's not armor piercing, so if either of you have 1 armor, you just roll 2d6, and you want to miss this move.
What if I have 2? Oh yeah, 1 armor.
If you have 2 armor, it just cancels it. It just cancels.
It says worth 2. Does that matter?
Yeah, if it's worth 2, it just means that if you take 2 harm, you take 0 harm instead.
Okay, so it'd be.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you just roll 2d6. Snow and Duke are both able to re-catch their footing and pull themselves back into place without losing a whole lot. And they take no harm.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Wretch and has some pick.
Huh?
Giddy up.
All right. So,
This boat that's in the picture, is that there?
no, that's not actually there.
Oh.
There is as you drive. Are you gonna drive around to like look at the area, or are you just gonna go in?
No, I'm driving right straight in, right up where that boat would be, off to the back side of it is
Alrighty.
underneath the big crane arm.
So, Duke and Snow, as you pull through, you see that there are people who appear to be normal, nearly unarmed civilians. They probably have pistols or knives or something, but they aren't wielding them, and they aren't like aggressively attacking you. They're just sort of watching you.
All right. At this point, I'm gonna switch off my shotgun. Isn't this the place we're supposed to be? I'm gonna try to talk loudly to Snow, hoping that she can hear me. Isn't this the place we're supposed to be?
She looks over at Farley or sorry, Duke. Kind of nods. I think so.
Are we close enough to get onto any type of platform of theirs?
I mean, Farley, have you pulled up to? There are several sets of stairs, like metal stairs, riveted metal stairs that you could go up, like from the water. This place is also kind of submerged in the water, but like not completely.
And did the guy give us the name of who we're looking for?
He did not.
Okay. So
It's sort of one of Tim's things where he's just like, kill the guy. And the guy is everybody.
Okay.
You see, Wrench isn't very good at telling other people to do things. Or, Tim isn't very good at telling other people to do things, because normally when he does things, he just is gonna plow an aircraft carrier through your hold.
yeah, or imagine, have you guys ever seen? Imagine Joe Pesci.
Oh man, so we don't have, so as far as I'm concerned, we could take on that skull, the guy that made into a pink mist real quick and bring it back to him and call it a day, right?
I mean, if you come back and it's not the guy, he's just gonna be like, that's not the guy.
So we gotta bring everybody back.
How's he gonna be
Just
able
the
to
main
tell?
guy. We can.
I got a machete.
That is also true. You can also lie.
I could pull off, I could cut off skin and make it look like just a normal little anybody's face.
All right, so this just me out of character here. The fucking face. How's it gonna be able to tell if you put a shotgun on his face? Boom. No more face.
Alright, I got this.
So anyway,
Are we close enough to people?
yeah, Farley's pulling this move where he goes across here and then kind of whips it back in and slides it in like a glove. So he whips up in the side, kind of bumps up against this right about here.
Alright. I'm gonna hop off the boat and immediately look at. Is there people down there, right? I'm assuming?
There are people there, but they're just kind of looking at you. There's also like this sort of eerie silence to this place.
Who's in charge here?
And they just kind of all point in one direction. Like almost simultaneously.
What are they pointing?
They're pointing up the stairs.
Okay, while that's going on, I'm gonna look in the back at Wretch. Don't you have something to do?
Wretch has put his soaking clothing back on,
Alrighty.
and he looks up, and he's like, "Huh?"
Yeah. You have something to do? You know, like I drive. What's that girl? I don't know. Kills people or maims people. I don't know what she does. And then you're weird. You know, with your weird hand.
You're weird with your hand.
Wretch holds his hand up and kind of looks at it and goes, shakes his head and goes, I don't know if I might hurt somebody again, you know?
Well, you know, this might be the place to do it. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Okay. He nods and gets up and kind of he makes his way off the boat, leaving a wet trail behind.
I'll grab one of those poor souls and grab him by the shirt cuff and kind of pull him back towards the Wretch.
Alright.
Wretch, man, see if you can find out who's in charge. Do that magic GHB stuff that you do.
Use your mumbo jumbo.
Nobody's gonna freak out on me though, right? I mean,
Nope. If they do, I'll shoot them.
The dang dangulator.
he he looks at the he looks at the person. Is it a older guy, younger guy, or what? What's the person?
It's actually somewhat hard to tell
Really? Okay. You
because like the way he doesn't have on a full robe, but he has the hood and like the shoulders of the robe, which you recognize as like the white unclean robe.
Come on, really?
Wow. And then he's wearing a diaper.
Wretch kind of jerks back when he sees what this person has on, and he turns and he goes, Where did you come from?
I brought him to you.
Off of the rig?
Yeah.
Did you see more?
There's a lot more. Take a look. They're all looking at me.
And he looks up. Does he see more robe figures?
The people are they're not wearing full robes.
Yeah,
like,
just partially. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all partial robes. It's all
Does that distinction mean anything to Wretch? You know, is that
I don't think you've ever seen like with the normal unclean, they've all ironically been clean.
Right.
Like they're all very well kept, and they seem very out of place when they go places because they're like
because they're so immaculate.
Yeah.
Okay, but these guys aren't like that. Are they almost like a parody of the unclean, like kind of like wannabes or trying to like copycats or something, like maybe that don't quite get it? I know. I'm kind of. Well, you know what I need to do? I need to find out. So
yeah,
so that's what he's gonna do.
You can either actively find out, just ask these people, or you can ask the world's psychic maelstrom.
Wretch all this pretty much what we just briefly talked about kind of goes through his mind, and he's like, what the hell's going on? Are they recruiting people, or are these people followers of theirs or something? And he opens his mind to the maelstrom and tries.
All right, roll plus weird.
Tries to get some insight to this madness. Wow, horrible.
Everybody on the ship has an aneurysm.
I know, right? No, it's not good.
Nah, he's opening his brain.
And then his brain falls.
Yeah, I didn't touch the guy yet.
So as you open your brain, you're not even able to, like, normally when you do this, you can like sense like this, like some sort of being like grip at you and pull you, like trying to pull you somewhere that you probably don't want to be. But here you don't even feel that.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. Does it feel as though I'm being actively like blocked, or does it just feel as though I'm not vibing right at this point?
It's definitely something here.
Okay. Man, I'm getting a lot of that. Okay. Okay. All right. So then Wretch kind of like yells and out in frustration, and he grabs this guy, grabs him, actually grabs his head, on either side of his either hands on either side of the guy's head, and brings his head towards him so that he can look at him eye to eye, and he'll do he will go aggro.
All right.
Basically, it's a direct brain whisper projection, but it's an aggro move. So he's trying to. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the guy to tell me what I want to know. Like,
and then just
okay.
All right, so that just means that you go aggro. You don't have to roll, right? You get a 10 plus with that rolling.
Yeah. Victim
they either force your hand or suck it up.
You can roll weird to get the effects without really going aggro.
Oh, then roll plus weird.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep.
I apparently can't read.
Okay. Another partial. I'll take it. Better than a failure.
Well, that would explain why you've been failing. These haven't been adding your weird.
Ah, they haven't? Okay, I didn't hover. 6.
So it's at 10, actually.
Okay, alright. So just add. Okay, so whatever roll, just add it.
Yep, so just add 3. So what are you asking him to do?
Who is in charge here? I'm assuming it's an unclean, but I don't know.
And he goes, the person is kind of rattled by you touching them, and as well as you getting into their head, and they point up at the stairs along with everyone else, and they go, worldview.
Okay, I'll look, see at his pointed, his outstretched hand, and is there anyone actually there, or are we looking at a position on the rig? Point on the rig?
It's to the stairs.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, Wretch will push the guy away, kind of disgustedly, and he'll look at the others and he'll point at the stairs as well.
Well, that's what they're all saying. I can pick it up. I'm gonna walk away from the guy with the robes and grab another one. But like, well, he's leading the way.
Farley, are you staying on the boat?
Yeah, Farley's gonna go out and just kind of not necessarily tether it, but just kind of loosely,
kind of moor it.
Yeah, just so I don't have to worry about floating away, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
also
you can
looking
also-
around.
You can also
Well,
rev
why-
the engine and it'll come loose.
Right. Right, exactly. I'm also looking around trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do with.
Do you want to read a stitch? It's pretty charged at this point.
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty. So, ask one.
So that is read a stitch. Okay, how about what's my enemy's or wait, I take that back. Who's in control here?
Who's in control here is a man named Worldview.
Okay. I'm gonna shout up to the rest of the crew. There's correct?
So you cut out for a second.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the rest of the crew here, they're making with a hostage.
I think that Duke took a hostage.
Yeah, I got a bullet shield in front of me as I'm walking.
Okay.
Alrighty.
You said his name is Worldview.
His name is Worldview.
Okay, so I shout up ahead. Hey, you're looking for a guy named Worldview.
Alright, world view, huh?
I'm gonna man the boat here in case we have to make a quick getaway.
Excellent, because I imagine we may have to do that. Although things seem a little weird here right now.
Are these people aggro or aggressive? Or are they kind of just watching us, seeing what we're doing?
They seem docile.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, they're all literally just kind of standing around and staring at you. Like, as you enter rooms, all action seems... and all eyes turn to you.
Snow will hop out of the boat and back up Duke.
Fucking weirdos.
Let's get this done.
Is Rich coming with us?
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, because I gotta find out what the hell's going on here.
Rich, do you have any inkling what all this is?
He shakes his head and he says they look like they're unclean wannabes, but I don't know. And he doesn't. You can tell, you can sense that, or you can see the obvious frustration. But he's confused.
Alright, well, we'll figure it all out soon. So, I guess we'll keep going to wherever direction we need to go. I mean, it's Earl Rig.
Yeah, you enter certain rooms that make it definitely feel like this place has been... It's like been avoiding you. Like it's been here for quite a while, but you just haven't known about it. Like there are a substantial amount of people here, and there's also like a well set up marketplace. As you step into that marketplace, like all movement seems to cease. Like entire crowds just stop and they turn to look at you.
Alright, I'll keep pushing it because I got the shotgun to the back of his head. And like I imagine it's like a sawed off a little bit with the pistol grip a little, and I'm just walking with the point at the back of his head and telling him to keep going because this is not looking good at all. And I just want to quickly get up to where Worldview's at.
All right. As you enter another stairwell, you hear boots on metal above you, like frantic boots on metal coming down towards you.
I make sure my gun is prepped and ready, just in case.
Duke, Rich, what do you do?
I'm still getting the meat shield in front of me.
All right.
And Wretch is actually surprisingly and not smartly pressing forward, just because he's gotta see who this person is.
All right. So, then, Wretch, at the top of the other flight of stairs, as you go up, you are, you're met with a rifle barrel in your face. And behind that rifle is a face you mildly recognize. You're not quite sure.
Okay. Okay, so hello, Mr. Rifle, and I guess he falls down. You know, he's no warrior, and it surprises him, right? So he goes down.
Yep.
And I'm immediately gonna, you better drop that pea shooter there, or else your friend here is gonna get it.
Same as you, Duke, as you say that and you round the corner, behind that rifle is Johnny.
Johnny boy.
And he sees you and his rifle goes down and he goes, Duke?
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm here with Dallas and Paul.
The fuck are you doing with Paul?
Well, just because you left doesn't mean that we had to. It wasn't right what Paul did, but he's all we got, man.
He's not all we got. We had each other. Derry's dead because of Paul. Why would you even think about this?
Because Paul was able to get us here.
You could have left with me.
And what? End up here?
End up here on the best side, about to do the right thing, and live through the whole thing.
That's what it's come to, huh?
Well, you're pretty mistaken if you think that me and Paul are gonna separate peacefully ways on here, because he wants me dead as much as I want him dead.
I don't think so. I think Paul is different now.
What makes him different?
And Johnny turns and starts to go up the stairs, and he gestures for you to follow.
I'm gonna keep that meat shield in front of me as I follow. Rich, get up off the ground already.
He scrambles up, kind of like a colt that's all legs, and wipes the obvious. His mouth is bloody, so he wipes the blood off of his mouth and he follows.
Why don't you stay behind me this time so you don't run into any more pointed objects?
Okay, he nods.
Are they dying or not?
Well, they're gonna die. I'm just trying to mitigate the damage now.
We can just kill them now.
And
What's the hold?
work our way back through this boat. Through this rig.
Yes.
I don't think we have enough bullets for all that.
Be surprised.
I will be. We'll see what they got and see what they say. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they have a better offer for us. Either way, I want to get to Paul first before I kill anybody, because I want him to be my first on this rig to die. Except for the guy with the light. Oh yeah. Everybody remembers the first.
So you travel across this thing right here. That thing right there. And as you do you stay silent as you follow Johnny?
No, at this point, there's no love. They were close, but we parted ways. I assumed they all, died somewhere along the line, but kind of surprised now. But at the same time, they're with Paul. I don't like Paul, so I'm not gonna do it for Johnny.
All right.
But I'm gonna keep my eye on him.
Okay. So, Johnny turns to you and he goes, just listen to what he has to say, okay?
I'll listen. And it better make sense. Because, like I said, last time we saw each other, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. I know. And Johnny opens the door. And Wretch, you recognize that face. That face melded with metal.
Oh, wow, really? Okay. Wow. Rich almost lives up to his name and has to kind of contain himself for a moment as he almost screams. And if I can, I'll try to open my brain, and just from the shock and the horror of it, maybe, and the kind of the previous episode he had at the outside of the boat, to see if maybe he can try to understand what the connection is between all of these people, because obviously there's some strong connection between them all.
I mean, you can open your brain, but you might not get the information you want.
I know, yeah. Okay.
And somebody might.
Okay. All right, I'll try it. So that's 6 plus 2, so that's 8.
Alrighty. So you get this sort of blurry flashback vision of a small boat arriving on the docks here at this rig, and out steps Dallas, Paul, and Johnny. All of them are in full view.
Okay.
All of the other people around them are rather fuzzy.
Okay.
As you see Paul with his face half covered in metal. He pulls on a glove similar to yours.
Oh wow. Okay.
And he starts walking around and just sort of sliding fingers across people.
Okay.
As he does so, all of the people he touches sort of just freeze in place, and their eyes kind of lull.
He's good. Okay. Wow. Okay.
And finally, you reach the room you're in, and you see Paul reach out and touch Johnny on the forehead. And that's where it ends.
Okay. All right. Okay. Rich will turn to Duke, and he'll point towards Paul, and he'll say, "Unclean. He's unclean."
We know what unclean means, or no?
I don't, well, I'm not sure, Rich. Do they?
Who knows me the best?
I know that. I don't trust you.
But you also have +3 hex.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, friends,
So,
you know
So,
the saying.
you know what? The reason
Enemies closer.
The reason that Snow doesn't trust Wretch is because she's heard him in during his nightmares that he has, where he screamed out about the
All right.
also he tries to touch her, but
She
But
doesn't
also that.
trust him because he's
Who
not
doesn't?
drow.
because of what?
does this smell like chloroform to you?
So I would say that if anybody, she would probably have the closest interpretation that the unclean are definitely not cool, especially and Wretch is definitely afraid of them.
Snow will kind of even though she's not a big fan of Wretch, she'll kind of step in front of Wretch and kind of take aim at this unclean individual.
Far from it, friend.
Stranger danger.
And and the man with the metal face, who, Duke, you only barely recognize this man as Paul.
So, Paul,
I don't go by that name anymore.
I heard your name's what, Worldview now?
Worldview.
Well, that
Should be.
that's about as dumb as a pack of matches in a paper box. So what is this setup?
This setup is in the center of the flood. From here, I can easily get to the other holds, and I can do what needs to be done to those who bring death to those who do not deserve it.
That's kind of ironic, ain't it? I mean, I'm pretty sure Derry didn't deserve death, but there you are shooting him.
How long had you known Derry?
Longer than I've known you.
And how many murders has Derry done?
Yeah, but they weren't from undeserving people.
Are you quite sure about that?
Well, at this point, it's your word against his, and his word doesn't mean nothing now because he's dead, so, you know.
It is indeed my word against a dead man's.
Yes, and that makes me want to default with just not believing you.
Well, that's not how it works at all.
Well, excuse me if I didn't sip the Kool-Aid here and become part of your little cult thingamabob. But, I think we got more important business to discuss.
Oh, now do we?
Yeah, I mean, you go around raiding people, shooting things, and you don't think somewhere along the line ain't nobody gonna bite back at you?
Oh, I expect as much.
Yo, how was the distance between me and him?
That's not gonna matter.
Okay, because I don't say I'd be trying to close it.
It's not gonna matter because I'm gonna have everybody make the harm move plus 4.
Okay. Arm or hard?
No, harm. As in 2d6 plus 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
And anyone who has armor, subtract it from the 4.
And we want to miss this one, right?
Yes, you do. You want to miss this one.
So are we, sorry, so what's the rule?
It's 2d6 plus 4, but if you have armor, subtract your armor from the 4.
Or rather 14 for me.
Is Barley having to roll this?
Woo!
No, Farley, you're not close enough.
Oh boy!
Alright, so let's see what I can do about that. About that 15.
14.
It's still a major hit.
As the people on Roblox say.
Right, yeah.
Oof. Alright. You have 1 armor?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't it.
I know, right? Hey.
Alrighty. Well, you are blasted across the room as Worldview takes a step to the side and you slam into the chair he was against. It's definitely worse than it seems as you crack your nose against this hard metal chair and take 5 damage.
Okay, so how does that work harm-wise?
You on the little clock you've got here on your character sheet, you mark 5 sections.
Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm at 11. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then do I have any of the what are those, like aspects or whatever? The shattered or crippled or disfigured or broken?
Oh no, you take those when you die.
Oh. Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. So
When you die, you take one of those, and then it just says you're knocked unconscious. You can also just say die, and then you straight die.
I got you. Okay. Okay. So
As for Duke, you're thrown across the room. Your bullet shield explodes into just goo on top of you as whatever weapon as your shotgun clatters across the room and Worldview puts his foot on it. Snow, you are able to duck to cover as you hear your enhanced senses. Hear the click of the trigger behind you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh wow.
So am I closer to him now?
Wretch, you're pretty much right at his feet.
No, Duke.
Wretch is pretty much right at his feet. Duke is over against Duke is to his left against one of the walls. And Snow, where did you dive for cover?
So how big is the room that we're in?
It's like an office.
Okay.
It's much bigger now that the front wall is gone.
The one that has all my blood on it.
Well, it doesn't have any blood on it because it's gone.
So if there's like a filing cabinet or anything, then I'll dive behind that.
Yeah. Also, Farley, it's right here over on, like, right here. And you just see this giant explosion. Is there a driver here?
Yeah, he's in the chat, not muted or.
He's
Are you here?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you see this explosion over by where you saw the others
Over here.
go. Yes.
Okay. Oh shit. So
As you look
at this point, I just-
closer through the torrential rain, you can see that there is indeed a quite large figure holding a grenade launcher in that bridge.
Wow. Like over this way is where the. So if I'm over here, you're saying
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
like
right-
pretty much right there.
Okay.
That's where the explosion happened. But but the guy is like in the bridge.
So he's like here, shooting over to here.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's wearing some pretty substantial armor.
Okay.
He's got like a full car on his body.
Wowzers.
You better be careful.
Okay, so then he would be able to see over to here pretty easily.
Over to where?
If he was here,
over to
he'd
where
be
you
able
are? Yeah.
Yeah.
He could
You can
turn
see
and
my
be like,
boat.
yeah, he can turn and see your boat.
Okay.
Not that your boat is really a problem right now. It might be later, but it's not right now.
No. So I jump into the cab real quick. I kick the rope off, and then I jump in the cab real quick, and then I am like out over this way and circle around the backside.
Yep.
Hammer down, and I throw the horn on.
All right. I want you to act under fire.
Womp womp.
Oh wow.
Alrighty.
Wow.
So as you hit the engine and blare off into the rain and around the hold, there's a blast in the water behind you, but your boat takes no damage.
So I've been able to hear when I stepped on the accelerator.
Yes.
Okay, so they could hear all of the
Yeah. Well, all the ones that are still up at least. Which I think is everybody currently, but Reg might be down soon.
Uh-oh.
Never.
Dum dum dum.
as Worldview leans down and grabs Wretch by his collar and lifts him up.
Am I
My
conscious?
Are we able to move off this wall or anything?
Yeah, you can.
Conscious?
But Worldview holds Wretch up into the air, and he goes.
Maybe not.
And he goes, "All right. I see that you've dealt with things in the past. Maybe I can help you forget about all that." And as he says that, you see him reach into what's left of the tattered robes, and he flashes what only Wretch recognizes as a deep brain syringe.
So would I be able to intercede with my machete if I'm close enough?
Or can I
You can
fucking
close it.
shoot him?
You can also do that.
Okay, I want to shoot that asshole.
But as much as Worldview would like to claim that he's not, he is.
Alright.
What do we roll for shooting? Sharp?
No. No, I'm pretty sure you just... Let me see. There's a basic move probably for it. I think you're either going aggro or seizing by force, depending on what you really want to do to him.
Or so going aggro on someone.
And going aggro is just getting them to do something like... Going aggro is the way that you can get them to stop fighting you.
Mm-hmm.
Seize by force is a way that you can get them to actually, like, die.
Okay, I want to use go aggro because, like, I have a gun and he's got a syringe and a fucking wretch in his hands.
Alright.
So
You're going to try to seize You're going to try to seize hold of the situation then?
Yes.
Alright.
So,
So you roll plus hard.
Yeah.
so let's go aggro, right?
See what happens.
Yep, go aggro
Okay.
plus hard.
I have a ability that actually lets me roll cool instead of hard.
Oh,
Because I
man.
have ice cold.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright.
There you go.
So, Snow gets up from behind the filing cabinet, aiming her gigantic rifle at is it Phil? No.
Paul. But his name is Worldview.
Well,
No, call him Paul.
Hey, Paulie.
she's
Polly
basically gonna give
Linebacker.
no shits about Wretch and just kind of step out from behind the filing cabinet and aim her weapon at him and basically say, either you drop the wussy or you die.
Wow. Get to the chopper.
And Worldview turns to you, and he goes, "Is that so?" And he drops Wretch and puts him into a headlock and puts the syringe to his neck. And
Bang.
he goes, "Fucking try it."
Bang.
Bang, bang.
All right, roll plus weird because you're trying to attack an unclean.
Okay. Oh shit, this is gonna suck. Oh, I'm rolling a highlighted though, so.
You're gonna mark experience.
Oh, I get to mark experience for cool as well. How do I do that? Oh, 2.
All right, on a 7 to 9, do your thing, but either take 1 harm or back off completely and mark experience.
Ooh, that's a good question. Is it just like I shoot and then back off? or just back the fuck off?
No, it's
Right.
the move says do your thing, but take 1 harm, or back off completely and mark experience.
I'm gonna do my thing and take 1 harm. Heck yeah!
Alrighty, then roll your harm move as you shoot him.
Okay, is that just plus damage?
It's 2d6 plus 1.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright. So as you do this, your vision blurs for but a moment as you send a bullet through worldview, and he drops Wretch, and the syringe clatters to the ground, and he grips at his stomach. Wretch, what do you do?
I guess as I feel Paul's grip relax on me, and I hear the loud bark of Snow's gun, I guess he'll fall as well, but he'll as he does so, he'll reach into one of his vest pockets, and with a scream, he'll take a slice at Paul as well. So he'll do a dirty tactic.
No, right?
Okay. So it's a roll weird.
Yeah.
So he'll try to give him a new smile, I guess, under his
Okay,
throat.
Joker.
Why so serious? Before you do that, I want
Okay.
you to do something under fire.
Okay. Okay. So.
I want you to, the fire being that,
Cool. Okay.
yeah, the fire being that maybe worldview isn't as out as you thought he was.
Damn him. Okay. So that's an 8 total.
All right. So if you cut into him, you're also probably gonna get a knife to the chest.
Wow.
Oh
Okay.
You
I
can
know
still
it's
back,
work.
He
you can
surprised
still
me.
back off. You see that he has the knife.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Wow. He would. I mean, Wretch is no stone cold killer or anything. So
Yeah.
as he reaches up to kind of get in a parting below, he sees that worldview stirs, and with surprise and shock, he'll back up as fast as he can, because I mean he's pretty hurt. He'll try to move away.
I imagine in the show version, it's like shoulders up with like Wretch with like a needle to his face, and he like barely stops away from him.
Yeah.
And then the camera kind of like pans out, and they see like Worldview's got the like knife to your chest, and he's like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Alright, so if I'm close enough to it, him distracted a little bit, I'm gonna try to give him a nice little slash with my machete. But if I'm not close enough, because I don't really know how far away I end up from him with that blast.
Distance doesn't really matter in this game. It's just like, I'm gonna do the thing, and if I say you roll a move, you roll a move.
Alright, because it says close, I wasn't sure if that mattered. Alright, well, I'm gonna try to.
It
give
just
him a
means
nice
that you're not gonna. It's not gonna be like, I'm gonna wait out on top of this roof, and when they come down the road, I'm gonna throw my machete at them.
Yeah, I'm not Jason Voorhees, so that ain't happening. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to give him a little slice as they're all distracted.
All right, I think you're trying to seize by force, and you're definitely trying to seize Worldview's life.
I am. I want it. I want to consume it. A force would be.
Well, I mean, you
no.
did take a lot of damage from that rifle shot.
As far as
How much
class
damage
moves go,
does the rifle deal, by the way?
Oh boy! Wow, let me tell you, because it's both got, I think, high-powered and big.
Yeah, but it should say it deals like 3 harm, 4 harm.
So rifle does 2 harm base. High power does +1 harm, and big does. So he gets 4 harm.
All right.
That's pretty
So
good.
so yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna let Snow roll to help as he sees by force.
Do I get a
Alright.
+1? Or do I roll +1? Or just
You roll plus your hex with Duke,
And then I
and that's
have.
if he even needs it.
Then I have.
He needs to roll seize by force.
Now when I use my class things, those automatically apply. Like if I use blood crazed or something like that.
Let's see.
Blood crazed. Wow.
The gunlugger's crazy.
I help.
Yeah, those things automatically apply. Just say that you have them when they happen.
Alright.
got that.
Because I wasn't really sure what the gang thing counted as either. I was a little confused with that. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll.
you're in a battle now. Gang just means that when you take harm, you're taking less harm than everybody else.
Perfect. Not to be fucked with is a good thing then.
Yeah, it means like if you have 4 harm, like Wretch has 4 harm, so he has 5 harm, so he's barely fucking standing.
Yeah.
But if you took 5 harm, you'd be like, whatever.
I like that
bitch.
view.
Ooh.
All right, and you get it's still a medium hit.
Wow. Okay.
Alright,
So
then B.
you choose 2.
And I helped.
And you help.
Yeah, it's still a medium hit. It just
Alright, and it was that with my +1 harm.
you have to choose what you're going to do. Because if you
All right.
inflict terrible harm, it'll be +2 harm.
Okay, I am going to inflict terrible harm, and I'm gonna frighten my enemy. I'm not concerned about little harm right now.
All right, if you're not concerned about little
Yes.
harm.
I'm
Yes,
pretty
yes.
sure he is.
At least you're pretty sure he is.
Who knows?
All right, so if you're not going to take little harm, that means you do take harm in this interaction. So as you come up and you swing down with your machete and you dig into Worldview's neck, Worldview also jams a syringe into yours.
Ooh.
So you'll be roll that harm move. It's technically also a knife, so whatever deals 1 harm, which means it deals no harm because you have 2 armor. So roll 2d6.
Ouch.
All right. Okay, so as all of this chaos ensues, you cut down Worldview, and he stumbles back, holding the gushing wound on his neck, and he crumples to the ground.
I'm just gonna have a big old smile on my face because I feel complete, and I'm also gonna pick up my shotgun that he was standing on because I want my shotgun back.
All right. Snow, as you turn, whoever that was with the grenade launcher isn't there anymore.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna look for him, see if I can spot him.
Take Wretch. Start getting out of here.
I'm not the rescue squad. Come with.
Well, I'll be coming with. That's for sure.
She just kind of, she stares at Duke. Now.
And I'm gonna cut off Paul's head because I want it.
Oh wow.
Because I'm pretty sure that's who we're looking for.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at Johnny and all them. Are they reactionless or what are they doing?
Actually, as you cut off his head, you see Johnny also crumples to the ground. Snow, as you are looking down this bridge, you can see into the room at the end of the bridge, and you see everybody in that room also crumple to the ground.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Wretch, what kind of magic is this?
Wretch can barely stand. He's down on one knee.
Snow will walk up to Wretch and, with all her might, kind of haul him up. He's a skinny boy, right?
Yeah, he groans.
Oh, she's gonna bridal carry his ass.
He groans as Wretch, you yank him up. Not so hard.
Shut up.
Don't yank him.
Gonna yank him so hard.
So are these people laying down start moving or anything, or are they just...
No, well, you're not close enough to see if they're still breathing. You could check Johnny, but
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
there's not a whole lot about everybody else. Johnny's still breathing. He's just out.
And then are the other members of the old crew there? Dallas and all them?
Dallas is not.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna
Also,
grab Johnny.
other than Worldview, there was nobody else in this room.
Oh, and Johnny, I thought Johnny came into the room.
Yeah, it was Worldview, and Johnny led you guys in, so he was also there.
Alright, I'm gonna grab Johnny then.
Okay.
And start making my way out with the decapitated head and Johnny.
Alrighty. So as you make your way out, let's see. Let's have Farley roll to act under fire.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Okay, so now when I'm doing in my boat, I get to add 2 to it. For under fire. Yeah, I get to add 2 to it.
You add your car's power.
Yep. So it adds 2, so that's 10.
Alrighty. So it's you off in the distance. You see what appears to be like it's like the headlights of a boat, which is weird because most boats nowadays don't have those.
From which direction?
It's from if you were to keep going east, so it's from the east. If you were to keep going east, you would meet up with them.
Okay. So I just see headlights, huh?
Yeah, and they are approaching rather quickly.
Okay. So, from my position I was over here. I'm gonna go ahead and swing around on the backside here up and try to get past this guy up on the bridge here. Or is there something?
The guy is not
that
there
guy?
anymore.
Oh, okay, so I swing up underneath the bridge then, right to here-ish.
Alrighty. I mean, if you guys wanted to just jump down from the bridge, you could. I mean, there's a giant hole blown in the bridge. I'm just gonna lay on the horn as well.
Snow will jump down with Wretch.
Alrighty.
She's carrying you.
She would just toss Wretch down and be like, "Okay, I can jump on you now."
Wretch takes 32 harm.
She digs her heels into your trachea.
I'm trying, but my cleats are stuck in your corneas.
Alright, I guess I'll follow suit. Seems like a bad idea though for some reason. Yeah. I have no hands to land on though, I got a head and a body.
That's how you get ahead in life.
Yeah.
Steal somebody else's.
Yep.
Everybody needs a little head once in a while.
Hey,
It's not even a well-kept head. It's covered in metal.
that's heavy metal.
Well, that should be able to support my weight then.
Alright.
Onto it.
So you both, you both land on the boat. What do you do now?
Oh yeah, I throw Wretch into the cabin.
Alrighty.
Bad then just kind of be like, drive!
Yeah, I've got the window down. As soon as they're jumping down, I'm going, get in, we're moving.
I'm gonna hand Snow the head. Well, I'm gonna tie up Johnny because I don't know how he's gonna react when he wakes up.
Far away from herself.
Who's this guy?
Well, hopefully he's not an asshole.
Who's that guy?
Dead.
That was Paul.
Yeah, Quinn.
But yeah, he was an asshole.
You know, I've really noticed, Snow, you're not particularly loquacious, are you?
What was that? You broke up?
I said, you know, I noticed, Snow, you're not particularly loquacious, are you?
No.
She just shakes her head.
All right. Everybody's in the cab?
Yep.
Okay. Punching it. Heading west.
Alrighty. Let's have you act under fire.
Okay. Plus
Sit
2.
10?
Yep.
Alrighty. You're good.
Sweet.
As you drive off, there's another explosion in the water behind you. I doubt that Duke and Snow got a very good look at this guy through the smoke and fire from the explosion. But this guy is wearing almost a full fucking car.
Yeah. It's a good thing this thing has wheels, know what I mean?
Alright, so are you headed back to Tim?
Tiny doesn't like that nickname, by the way. It's Tiny Body. Yes. Spread.
Alrighty. And you head back to Tim.
Good old Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Who's gonna go tell him the news?
I'll grab the head.
I'll come with.
Don't worry, Farley. Gas won't become a problem until you fail a move. I say it's a problem.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm gonna tell Farley, hey, the guy that's tied up there, keep an eye on him. He was acting
So-
weird.
Is it same groups
Can I
then?
just roll? Hey,
That's-
rat. Him a little bit.
I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and touch that guy a little bit?
Don't GHB him. So is Farley or anything coming with us? Or
I don't like Tim.
alright.
Because you guys talked to him originally.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So then,
Down here. Is he going? Oh, no.
who?
Deck.
Drip.
Sure.
You could go find him.
No, that's okay. I'm not that. If he doesn't come back to check my boat, then how does he know that I did?
It's because Drip doesn't really care.
That's,
Actually, on the way into the office, you see Snow and Duke. You see that the dude who was loading your boat has been put into the infirmary. It seems that it collapsed at some point.
yay.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Alrighty. So you
Yeah.
arrive.
I don't think we're tying. I don't think I'm gonna tie two and two together. I'm not thinking anything about mind control.
I might.
Well, do you or don't you?
Can I roll for it?
You don't need to roll for it. You just need to say you do or don't.
You could roll a 1d2 and then be like heads or tails.
Yeah. Okay. So 1d2.
Or you can just say if you do or don't.
But it's fun with randomness.
Yeah, because I don't
Because
think
it's your
Duke would know.
character and you know your character. Like Sim is saying that his character is a fucking idiot.
Well, he's not hip to that psychnosis stuff or whatever it's called.
He ain't up on that kind of
The
stuff.
GHB hands.
No, it's Michael Jackson hands.
Michael Jackson hands.
I'd say she's no.
Alright.
That's ignorant. She doesn't know.
Alright. Typical warrior, not too keen on that magic.
Ever.
All right. So you arrive at the office, and Tim looks up and he goes, "I'm assuming it's them then."
I'm gonna hold the head up and manipulate its mouth. Yes, it's me. Is this the one you wanted? As I toss it.
That's what I
yes.
like to see. That's what I like to see.
He likes to see dead talking heads.
I figured.
I mean,
So
you
now-
can tell by all the dead talking heads on his wall.
Now, does he have anything sharp or pointy on his desk that I can try and impale the head on?
No, because
Okay.
there's not a whole lot on this desk because it's a bow.
Alright, I'll just kind of set the head down. Be like, well, one head. And plus a few others that we didn't get to grab. Where's our food? Like the good stuff, not that crap stuff that you gave us for the first half.
It's in the cantina with all the other food.
I'm assuming that it's going to be the good stuff and not the crap stuff, because I'm not going to be happy with the crap stuff.
You can take what you want.
Oh. Free reign, huh?
Done.
Yep. Fair deal. Just a heads up, though, there's a guy with a grenade launcher somewhere back there that may not be too happy about this, and probably about more than 3 or 4 dozen people that collapsed instantly as soon as we cut off his head. So they might not be happy either when they wake up.
We'll deal with it when it becomes a problem.
Sounds easy.
Well, la-di-da.
All right, then. You got any more work for us, or am I free to go grab all the food I want to grab?
You're free to do whatever you want.
Excellent. I like those words.
If I need you, I'll call you.
Wow. Just remember, there's always a price.
Nobody in this world does stuff for free.
No, that they don't, unless they really want to. In which case, I probably might have did this for free if I knew who it was. But luckily I didn't, because now I get food.
Hush.
Sorry. Get a little carried away. Well, shall we go grab our food?
Snow nods.
Alright.
As
See
they're
you later.
doing that, back on the boat, Wretch and Farley, you hear the metal against metal sound of one of the side grates opening.
Side grate?
One of the like ports on the side
Oh,
where
well,
people access the boats.
Rest can kind of turns to look that way with a groan, but that's about all he can do to see what's going on.
There's a Rich, I doubt you recognize him, but Farley, you recognize this guy. His name is Captain.
Captain.
You haven't talked a lot with Captain, because Captain isn't usually the one who's putting shit on your boat. Usually it's Drip. But you have seen Captain around, because Captain still works down here.
Is Captain like another driver? Or he's just a guy that works on this
He,
base or whatever.
I think he's another driver. He's got his own boat like moored to the airship and just kind of tugs it along, or to the aircraft carrier.
All right, so I look over at him and I shoot him a glower.
I am just saw you got a lot of shit. Thought maybe you'd like to trade.
What do you got?
I don't know what you need.
I don't know what I need. Depends on what you got. Maybe there's just something on there that might catch my eye.
Well, I'm gonna be real honest with you, kid. And he gestures down to Johnny, who is still unconscious, and he goes, "That's really the only thing on board that I want."
Well, unfortunately for you, this is my cargo.
You hauling somebody else's cargo? You getting paid to haul this cargo?
Yeah, did you see what I got in the back?
I mean, yeah, I see your shit.
Well, there you go. Payment. Whoa, are you speaking dog at me?
Orc?
Is he a
He got angry.
werewolf? Alright, I'm gonna roll sharp on him.
Throw a stick, maybe he'll chase it.
Is he gone?
I think he probably muted, probably his dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to deal with that.
So I'm still in. So I never said I got out of the cab.
Yeah, he's just kind of yelling at you from the back port, and he looks up and he goes, "So you really ain't gonna trade me for this, worthless sack?"
I mean, like I said, he's not my cargo. Can I roll a sharp on him?
To read him?
Yeah. I just want to see.
This is a charged situation?
I can roll sharp.
Yeah, but but when you roll sharp, when you roll to read a person, you're reading a person in a charged situation.
I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit of tension here. This guy's really
All right.
he's really interested. All right.
All right, then roll sharp.
I'm reading through my stuff here. Aggro, seduce, manipulate. Oh, yeah. Gay. Nothing. Can't do anything for you, Captain.
Also with that miss, as he sees that you're still in the cab, and Wretch, where are you at?
Oh. Well, I would guess that since nobody really said that they were gonna look after poor old Wretch, that
I thought they told Wretch to look after the guy.
he's probably still in the cabin then, right? I mean, what else can he do? He took all that harm. I didn't think he was really in much shape to.
I mean,
Be doing
Johnny's
much-
probably back with all the other cargo.
Yeah. So I guess he would. Yeah. So I guess he would be back there. I mean,
Are
he
you
can't
back?
really even. He can't
So
really.
are
do
you
much
Are
logically?
you sitting back here in the rain with all the cargo?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that looks good. So he's sitting there once again, soaked to the bone. Is the storm still going on or no?
It's always raining.
It's
It
always
never
raining.
stops.
Yeah. So he's back there, and there's. I would kind of guess that. I mean, I don't know the extent specifically of his injuries, but he's probably pretty beat up. And like he kind of holds his hand up and like wipes his nose, or actually, because he got shot, right? Or kind of like blown up almost,
blown
right?
up, and your nose is broken because you slammed against a metal chair.
So he kind of looks, and he looks at his hand, and he can see like all the blood on his hand that's like getting like washed away with the weird looking rain, Yeah. And he's just kind of lying there, and he just kind of looks up at the sky as the rain like hits his face, and he's like, "Why? Why me?"
Yell back. Farley's gonna yell back to take trade offers on the weird kid, though.
Before you can do that, Captain is very discreetly pointing a pistol at your face, Wretch.
Okay.
No one else can see it, but he's very obviously threatening you with his pistol.
Okay, all right. So
as he reaches down and grabs the ties on the kid.
Oh, okay. Rich kind of tries to straighten himself up a little bit, and he says, "Are you sure you want to be doing that?"
Farley can see this happening, right?
Well, to you, from where you are, it's just you can see him lean down to pick up the kid, but you don't know that he's got a gun to Wretch.
So I can see him leaning down to pick up the kid, which I told him that he couldn't have.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna step out of the cab with my sawed off in hand.
Alrighty.
Hey, Captain. I said the kid. Ooh, you could probably see the gun by now.
Yes.
Okay. And then I just point my shotgun at him. I said he's not for bartering.
Yeah, well, I feel like in this sort of hostage situation, you don't have a lot of room to talk, do you?
Not again.
And what kind of hostage situation are we in here?
Well, you move, I shoot this kid.
Well, look at him. He's almost dead anyway. What do I care?
Your loss.
Rich kind of laughs and spits up a little blood. And he leans. Actually, he'll try to lurch or lunge forward towards Cap.
All right, do something under fire. Actually, let's have you seize by force.
Seize by force? Okay. All right. So that's hard. Okay. That's not good. Roll.
Do you have -2 hard?
5. Yep. 5.
All right. So as you lurch, a bullet enters your face. Roll that harm move.
Oh, so I can draw fire then?
Yeah.
So 2d6 plus 1.
And how do I?
2d6. If you thought you were wearing armor.
Oh well, 2d6 then. Okay.
Probably not.
I don't know what is there just a straight 2d6?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Just / roll 2d6.
Okay. 8.
All right.
So I'm off the clock.
Well, you don't take any damage.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Yes, you do. You do take the damage. You have filled your clock, so you can either just straight die or you can take one of the options. And also, you lose your footing. So as the bullet enters your face, you slip, and there's a loud splash as you fall into the water.
So he's probably disfigured.
Probably. I was already.
I'm sure you can take whatever you want.
Yeah, right. Not all of the above, right?
I would say, is there options for all types of
He'll as I think this. Yeah, I mean, to the face, he goes over the side with the splash, and I think I mean, a gun to the face. He's probably done.
Yep.
That's pretty brutal.
I mean, do you really want to choose? Do you really want to choose die?
I mean, so he'll be crippled,
Yeah,
disfigured. Okay, so he's this goes
Yeah,
on.
it could have passed right through your cheeks.
All right.
You know,
Okay,
So you have so whatever your hot is -1.
now it's -2. Okay.
Okay, so anyway, how do I shoot at this fella?
You're going to, I believe. Well, it depends on what you want to do. Do you want him to stop doing what he's doing, or do you want stop doing what he's doing and leave, or do you want to actually just kill him?
No, I thought it already didn't like this guy.
No, you've never really associated with Captain. You
Yeah.
just see him around.
Okay, well, he just shot somebody right in front of me, so
All right, so you're just gonna straight kill him then?
well, if I shoot, he's gonna shoot at me. If I shoot anything, he's gonna shoot at me. He just shot this
Yeah.
dude in the face. He's taking that guy off my boat, and I'm not sure what purpose the dude serves, but thinking I guess I gotta roll hard to go aggro.
So you're not trying to kill him? If you're trying to kill him, you're trying to seize by force.
Yeah,
You're trying to
okay,
seize his
so
life.
So can I shoot his hand? It's a sawed-off shotgun. It's gonna take his hand off probably.
Yeah.
Is
Well, you're still seizing by force, and you're just seizing his hand.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
oh,
Is that right?
What?
Roll hard.
Yes.
Well, I shot his boat.
You shot your boat.
Oh no!
start bailing.
It's okay. It's easily fixed.
Yeah. The bullets ricochet off of your boat as Captain and Johnny disappear back into the aircraft carrier.
Oh, so he just rolled out on his boat, grabbed him, and then again?
Well, he came on from the aircraft carrier. He grabbed Johnny, and now he's back in the aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
'Cause he still has to get back to his boat.
What a dick. No, so can I... He's out of sight.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to my cab and lay on the horn.
Okay. Reg, how you feeling?
I mean, I was shot in the face and went overboard. So you tell me. I don't know.
Are you still overboard?
Yeah, nobody's got me.
I mean, if it's a flat bottom, you can. If it's a flat bottom, you can climb back on.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
It's not like it's the right I said. I didn't think he was unconscious.
Okay.
He died for a second there.
I think that
Heart
falls
stopped,
under
he's all
unconscious though,
burned
right?
Now he's just disfigured. It's fine.
Right. So
He's just not as hot as he once was.
I'll climb back up and roll, on board
With no help.
All right.
with
Whatsoever.
no help whatsoever. Yeah. Face bleeding more.
All right.
So, do we hear this horn?
Probably. I mean, if it's a semi-horn, it's a loud-ass horn.
Mm-hmm. It's like an arrow.
So I'm gonna expedite my food moving this.
Yeah, we gotta do this quick then.
All right, so you get back to the ship, and Johnny's gone.
Where's Johnny? What happened to Wretch?
A guy named, well, he was being got mouthy or something. I don't know what's going on. So some guy, there's another driver, came up and snatched him. Your boy back there wasn't doing a very good job.
So you go back on the aircraft carrier?
Yeah.
I'm the. What do you look like?
You look like
Go ahead. What does Captain
kinda-
look like?
kind of grizzly beard, shaggy, greasy-looking blondish hair, maybe about 6 foot, 6'1". Not necessarily a lanky build, but not necessarily a sturdy build, and he's not average.
Do you recognize him at all?
Oh, I recognize him.
Is he part of this ship, or is he has another ship?
He's just another driver.
Do you know what his boat looks like?
Yeah.
You just. Okay. What does his boat look like?
Oh, all right. It's things built like a tank. It's pieced together from a bunch of scrap. And actually, I think that what he did was he built this armoring over top of an old boat he found. But it's not a very loud running machine. I wonder how he managed that. And it doesn't seem to give off a lot of emission.
All right. If you can find it, go find this boat. I'm gonna go through the aircraft carrier and see if I can head them off. And I'm just gonna get back on the aircraft carrier and start going. I don't even know, event market maybe.
Did the doors already close?
Hmm?
The door on the aircraft carrier that the boat went in?
It's not automatic. You have to manually open and close it.
So I could drive in there?
Well, it's up.
Yeah, it's a porthole,
It's like this way.
So I could drive in there? Oh, I can't drive in there. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Hey, Wretch, why don't you climb in there?
Are you kidding me?
Duke's already gone through it. He's gonna go try.
Nobody's gonna recognize. I'm a face.
Snow will hop with the boat.
Thanks.
If you watch the boat, you gonna be able to take care of it? All right.
I guess.
this?
Give,
How
me
about-
something give me something to use. I don't have anything. He's got like a blade.
Get my big pipe wrench.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. So you got this, and it's got a horn.
Okay.
And
All right. He can do that. You know.
you fight for your life.
That's all I've been doing.
Yeah. Good job. Hop on the boat.
So Duke's already ahead. He's looking for somebody carrying Johnny, meeting this description.
Yeah, whenever you ask people about it, they just point you back to the moors where the boats are. They're the boats of the people who owned boats, but now stay on the aircraft carrier are all tied up.
All right, that's where I'm going.
All right, so you get onto the top deck and you head back to where the moors are. But further, you see that if he was tied up, he's not anymore.
He took his bindings off.
And there's like the tattered rope, like it was obviously like cut as it just kind of floats in the water.
So he's gone then, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm assuming Farley caught up. You recognize this boat if you saw it, right?
Apparently. Yeah, I will. But you said they kept pointing in the direction of the moors?
I'm not sure if that's the right word.
No.
That's
It's
basically
where the boats are all tied and they're being pulled by the.
yeah, they're moored, and they're gone. Do we see the ship leaving at all anywhere?
No. Not through the rain, anyway.
Damn, we don't even. We gotta go find this boat.
Can I roll sharp?
Let's see.
Because at this point, isn't he? He's an enemy.
To read a charged situation?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
because I'm going to be. Dang it! Just
Not sharp today. Alrighty.
So we gotta get in your boat and find this boat. I gotta get Johnny back.
The reason why we shouldn't.
I'm gonna start heading back towards the boat too. I'm
Alright.
not really waiting for an answer.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you get back to the boat, empty-handed.
Yeah, I don't even know. Hopefully, we can fire it up and just use this driver's intuition. Or I'm gonna look at Ratch, be like, Ratch, is there any way you can find him?
Wretch, he can barely move his jaw as it is.
I don't know. It's you feel better than you did before. falling into the water apparently did something.
Okay. Sure, I'll roll with that.
Can I heal him? Like,
He's already healed. He died. It's back to normal.
He's fine now, yeah?
He's just disfigured.
Perfect.
That magic water.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's not magic. It's weird.
If does anyone who would be the one who would be someone here who may have who has had the closest contact with them?
Me.
Then
Well.
you have to open your mind to me.
Oh. That's funny.
I shrug and I say that's the only way.
Damn it.
You can
So-
also just open your mind to the
I know,
anybody
this
can
is-
literally anybody can
But this
open
is
their.
more fun. But this is more fun though.
But he'd be able to enhance that, wouldn't
I got a question? Can that be a help move?
I mean, if Farley even allows you to touch him,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Okay. All right. That's just checking. Okay.
So
Alright.
so would this be what he's doing with me? Would that enhance us being able to find it, or?
Well, Farley just rolled weird, so you're gonna get it.
That's what I'm telling you.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and Snow if he makes my ears bleed.
Well,
Make his bleed.
I
Farley
can
already-
say, hey, I don't need to. I mean, it's not. I shrug and say it's not my. It's no
Hold
skin on my
on.
back.
Farley just opened his brain.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
You got it?
So,
So it's kind of.
Farley, as you feel this rip from your body as you are as you just pass miles and miles and miles of water. You you arrive down on this very heavily armored, what appears to used to be like a police boat, but has since been welded with other metals onto it to make it very heavily armored. And you see the boat be struck by lightning, and the metal turns molten and turns to lava as it erupts from the water. And as that happens, you also see, you wouldn't recognize, yeah, you would, you saw some of the people. you recognize what appear to be remnants of those strange white robes that people were wearing over in the oil rig, just kind of burning as the lava pours into the water. And you're back. Hello.
Are you there?
Wind?
Farley.
So,
Maybe it was too much for him.
Yeah, yeah. See, should have went like should have done what I was suggesting.
You just melted Farley's. That just melted Farley's brain, man. I could have looked like with Jello coming on my ears if you did it.
Farley.
Dude.
rip.
Yeah, don't know. Oh,
All right, are you back now?
Maybe not.
yeah, right. We have to get edited.
No, we're. Yeah, we're good.
Did you hear what I said then, Farley? Okay.
Oh, he can hear. He just can't talk.
Farley, do you tell people what you saw, or do you just go? All right. I'll let you three who can still talk debate among yourselves as Farley tries to figure out his. You're already in the boat. Oh, okay. All right. And while that happens, I'll let you three who can still talk talk about what you just heard from Farley.
We should still go to that spot where it happened. That he may be still alive, or there may be survivors that.
Now, remember that not everything that the psychic maelstrom gives you is exact. It's not going to be like, if it shows the boat getting struck by lightning, it might not actually mean that, yes, this boat was struck by lightning.
Not literal, maybe.
It might be metaphorical.
Or metaphorical, yeah.
Especially on a 7 to 9. On a 10 plus, it's going to be like, this is the thing. But on a 7 to 9, it's going to be like, here's a riddle. Solve it.
Well, I say that his vision could mean anything. It may mean that there may be trouble again on the boat. Or lightning,
But-
maybe. Huh?
Wretch, you know about a place with lava, don't you?
Maybe, yeah. Why?
I'm just wondering.
Maybe that's what we're supposed to do.
No, I mean, what I've seen a place with lava that has to do with Paul, or should I say, that bastard worldview. But that's all I know.
So you're heading back to the base then. Alright. Dude just wanted you to see this cool picture he found.
Yeah, right.
Does it fly? I don't see how this makes us save Johnny.
I shrug and go, well, obviously Johnny's more important.
Cool ass base though.
Who else knows that Johnny was with us? How would this person know?
Yeah, that's unexplainable to me. Alright, well, let's see this other boat since we're already there. But I still don't understand why would they take Johnny?
It's probably a trap.
I mean, why go through all this trouble?
Not sure.
Dude, are you gonna send a picture of that other boat, or do you have a picture? All right.
Hello?
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 Yep.
Yeah, I had to get my iPad.
Oh,
there you go.
Apparently something's happening with my
It's weird.
computer. Yeah.
who knows, man?
I'll run your voice on your iPad and you roll 20 on your PC.
Yep, that's what's happening. Okay, so we're at the boat, and okay.
Yes, you're at the plane boat.
Okay. Yeah, the base. Sorry. All right. So I go ahead and like there's a back hatch for this plane.
Yep.
It's rather large. Okay. Or I can just dock it by any one of these.
Yeah.
And then I grab boat number 2.
All right.
It's called
You have
the Tank.
Do you have a picture of boat number 2?
Yeah, I sent it to you. Remember? Hang on. I'll send it again in Discord.
Yeah, but I didn't save any of that stuff.
Okay. All right.
It's in their chat. I can just drag it out.
Yeah, I'm looking for the one.
Yeah, I got it. It's this one.
You got it, Meng?
Yeah. That one.
Okay. I don't know what the little one is on the side, but yeah,
Don't
that's
worry
the
about
general gist of it. Slightly fortified sides. It actually has a place where everybody can stand and sit if they wanted to. It has this cool smokestack.
It's just generally pretty nice.
It's not really all that nice. It's I mean, the basic
Gets the job
description
done.
of it. The basic
It
description.
just generally sucks. But if you shoot at us while we're in it, there's less of a chance that we'll die.
Right, you actually have cover, and it's like I said, there's like steel siding and stuff that I built on there. It's the looks of it is described as spikes and plates. So the only problem with it is it's slow.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But this is what we're using to go on. So anyway, all right. Jump on.
Snow will inspect the boat first before hopping on gingerly.
I'm just wondering why we're taking a slower boat.
We're taking a slower boat so we don't get dead.
It's just a state of mind.
I mean, if you like getting shot at with no cover, then by all means, we'll take the other boat.
Well, let's go. Let's figure out what's going on. I mean, Rich turned out all right, and he got shot in the face.
Yeah, well, he doesn't look too good, but
And blown up and drowned.
No, it looks terrible.
It was just generally a bad time.
yeah, actually, hey, Ratch, if you don't mind, you're kind of freaking me out. Like, I can't even look at your face right now. Would you mind like going someplace else
What are you so nervous about?
on the boat, just so I don't have to look at you?
Thanks. He'll
Agree.
he'll
You're ugly.
he'll
You heard it.
kind
You
of
heard
look
my
at
eyes.
right. He'll look at you guys and kind of like sneer at you, you know, and kind of
I can't tell. Are you smiling at me?
oh, okay. He'll walk away. He'll walk away.
All right.
All right. So where are we even headed?
I thought we were going to the lightning boat.
Lightning bolt.
The one that was struck by lightning.
The World Storm doesn't give, especially on a 7 to 9, the World Storm isn't going to be like, this is the thing. It's going to give you a riddle.
Speak friend and enter.
It's all metaphorical. Will you guys stop talking about how drunk you are in the chat?
Too bad.
Who's drunk?
Oh,
Yeah. You should see my little pile. So, where are we heading? You guys gonna give me a heading?
You saw the vision.
Yeah.
yeah. Go.
But I thought
told
you
all
said
of
that-
you the
I
stuff.
thought you said that that's not something you want to do something else.
I want to go for, I don't know, man. This weird stuff ain't me.
Like I said, Wretch, you do know a place that has lava.
Yeah, but nobody wants to look at me, so I don't know if I should say anything.
You don't bother me. You're just weird. Not even weird looking, alright? It's even worse.
I don't know. His face is bothersome.
He'll
Somebody's always-
he'll like find a rag or something, you know, or tear something off, and he'll put like a, you know, on the lower part of his face, you know, kind of like a half mask on the lower part of his face, bandana or whatever, you know, and he'll point in the distance. So I guess north to the northeast, I guess.
Alright.
Is that legit?
Close enough.
Okay.
Look at even his fingers are weird.
Oh, it's what he looks like. He's always winking at you.
So you drive off and you come
right.
across.
I will GM a game one day, and you guys are all invited.
Oh, Lord.
I look forward to it, sir. What in all that is holy is that place?
Wretch, would you like to introduce this place?
It's my home.
Through Broken Jaw. Reg points, and he goes, that's the home of the unclean.
Me home.
And that's where we'll end.
Cool.
I thought this was a one shot.
Yeah, me too.
Shot.
It's at least a 2-shot.
No, that might become a campaign.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Ah, I got that makes sense. That makes
Speaking of which, let's see. I've got Maddie, Fleur, Sim. When do you want to join the Pirates campaign?
Quick
Or
thing.
sorry, this
Can I
one.
heal somebody or heal myself?
Can't you?
Not now that the campaign is over.
Yeah. Done.
I don't know what schedule are you guys talking about?
I haven't set one.
Oh.
I have it all ready to go.
Potentially, yeah. It depends on, but
Yar.
sure.
I've got- Yeah. Bo. is
What's a
gonna-
pirate's favorite letter?
Well, it's either R or C.
It's R, but its favorite will always be the C.
The sea.
What about ocean? Ocean's not a letter.
I don't know. Treasure's not a letter either.
Leather? Yeah, treasure's not a leather either.
It's,
Sound
well,
like
it might
Rich.
be. You don't know that.
Talking.
You don't know if treasure's a leather or not.
I mean, I'm pretty open for a schedule, so
Are you?
yeah. So I mean, it's
And
just
good for weekends.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to. I'm aiming for is a weekend.
Well, when?
Friday,
What are you?
Saturday night.
Are you Eastern or
Central,
I'm Eastern.
Chicago. Central time, Chicago.
So we're not too
Yeah.
far off.
It's so weird because you're in Chicago. You're 2 hours away from me, and we're an hour apart.
Yeah, I know.
So you're 3 hours away from me.
Is it 3 hours? Yeah. Where you at? Or nearby?
Grand Rapids.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so Grand Rapids.
That
not
was
too
one
far.
of the reasons why I didn't guys to get drunk during this session because I want to make this into a campaign.
Yeah.
Hey, we're still paying attention. Very serious. We're all serious.
Still.
You don't know my tolerance, man.
Yeah, this takes a lot more.
Nah, you should have voted Doc, man.
Now that's drunk.
You know,
He
I
has
would
one
have.
beer. It's like, oh,
Fucking
you.
God.
I was doing well. Now that we're done.
That's right.
Under the belt.
Well, once Wind and Maddie become reds, then I'll talk with Ted about campaigning.
What the hell?
She's already.
I mean,
dude, she's already
I
done
should be. This is my
Right.
She
first
should
game.
be, but she's
Is it your
not.
5th? It's my 3rd, I think.
It's
Wind,
catch
you
up.
slacking.
Yeah.
No, I got. You
Slacker.
guys are getting a lot out of me. Trust me. My schedule.
Now that Flird's good, let's run a game real quick. Let's get everyone up.
There we go. I need another one for you to be
Yeah,
ghost. Let's
right
do
now.
this.
Cobalt, leave my babies. Ready to go?
Oh.